Another tough day at work today. Stephen Kirk, think I suck. Throw back a few wobbly pops, feeling down on my luck. And the interns ruin every show. But it's still where we want to go. It's Mike and the Minifans. 'Cause nobody had any better plans. You want to be with DC and RA Minihane. The host can't see, it's Mike and the Minifans.
All right, everybody. Welcome to Mike and the Minifans. I'm your host this week. Fax is back. Due to a couple of things last week, I wasn't able to hop on, but that ended up paying off. So lucky me. But with me today, I got quite the panel. Right away, right here, we got Tommy Quinlan. What's up, man?
What's up, man? Happy Friday. How are you? John, good to see you. Joan?
Doing great.
John?
Yes, and then as Tommy said, we got I'm gonna say John. John and Warren. How's it going, man?
Good. Hey, how are you? Yeah, first time I think talking to both you guys, so good to see you.
Yeah, this is
Yeah, no, it's exciting. I've talked to Tommy before, but I know this is our first time together. But it's gonna be good. This week we had a few things happen. I don't know how you guys felt, but for me it was a little more of a slow week. It felt like just like a slow. Maybe people want to say chill. Other people might complain and say, "Oh, it was so shitty." I know a lot of people were doing that, but for me, it just was more. I would describe it as slow. I don't know how you guys feel. If you want to give like a 1 to 2 word description of how you felt about this week, Tommy, if you want to say what you thought.
Monday was fantastic. That's the show. Like that, and I thought today was really good too with John and Cinema, but like that Mutt, Mike, Cullinane, Justin, like that's such a solid crew. Like, and it's such an easy listen. Like, so that was a lot of fun on Monday. I'm convinced Mutt's turning into George Costanza. Like he had the post the other day about like how great some pretzel brand was on his Instagram. And then with the ice idea, like he's starting to like turn into George Costanza. He doesn't want to work for Kirk, but he has all these crazy ideas that are probably just going to blow through. And then now all of a sudden he lands, on the couch with Portnoy. Costanza. He is George Costanza.
Yeah, maybe that's why I'm starting to like him.
I was gonna say the hair is a decent comparison as well. It's gonna
Absolutely.
help the case.
Yeah, John, what are your thoughts throughout the week? Because Monday, obviously, yeah, it was great. We're gonna get into that in full detail, but overall, the week, how'd you feel about it?
Well, I think having a week where it's Monday and then we have to wait all the way till Thursday and then Thursday, Friday shows, that's gonna slow down the week naturally.
Yeah.
But yeah, Monday it was a top heavy week, right? I mean, we're probably all going to talk about it. Everyone online. Monday was a great show. Yeah, and then I don't know how you feel about today, but I love cinema.
Today,
so I'm a big cinema guy.
Really
Always.
Yeah.
I think it's funny that Coleman went all the way from Watertown to Fall River. Coleman had no idea how far Watertown to Fall River was. There's no way. He just thought, oh my God, I can get like a deal on glasses, which is great. But like Watertown to Fall River, that's insane. Just driving from there to there, forget about it.
Fill the Midwesterner in. I don't know how far away. How much of a drive is that?
It's an hour at least.
Yeah, just go get some contacts. That is pretty.
It's probably an hour 20, I would say.
Plus with traffic, like you want to go down Route 3, especially if you do it on like a Thursday or Friday, if you hit that at the wrong time or there's an accident, so have you ever driven in like Massachusetts? It's miserable. It's one of the worst places to drive in the world. I purposely avoid going to Boston because it's not worth driving through there. It sucks.
So my shitty driving experience includes mainly Orlando and Chicago because I grew up in Wisconsin going to Chicago, and then Orlando is where I lived. I lived about 40 minutes east of there my adult life, and I-4 is like the worst highway God has ever created. So because it's just everybody from literally everywhere around the world all on one highway going to Disney World, driving the way that they do from where they're from. So it's just like constant murder. And here he is.
Yes.
Right on time.
Redemption week.
Redemption week.
What's up?
What's up, PRC?
There you go.
Hey.
Looks like our surprise guest made it not only before the 20-minute mark, but I feel like you don't have 6 minutes of something to say, maybe, or maybe you do.
I have nothing to say about lollipops or anything. I'm a little bit behind on that. But I could filibuster for 6 minutes if you'd like me to. That went over so well last time. We might as well stick with what works.
I think somehow we'll survive without it. But if things start lulling in the conversation, you can bitch about Justin or basketball. I'll just throw shit at you. But we were all just talking about, one, how shitty of a drive it is for driving in Massachusetts. But that's not really, I guess, our main point. We were talking about how you felt overall how the show went this week. If you could kind of describe it, whether like in a sentence, maybe, how you felt about this week.
How Monday and all the rest of the shows went?
Yeah, Monday through Friday, like all together.
I thought they went really well. I thought they were kind of cohesive. Like they all kind of like Monday rolled into a continuation of Thursday, which kind of rolled into a nice little bow on everything Friday. Like I thought it was really cool in that regards. And like, do you want me to talk about like the stuff that was talked about me or something?
Oh, you know what? Actually, that is a beautiful segue, Piercy. Let's get into Monday. Let's do that. Let's go ahead because Monday started off. Obviously, we'll just get through the whole Mike and the Minifans review show that was the Kirk Minihane Show on Monday, because that was basically all they talked about other than the ice, which we'll get to as well.
Yeah, it was the Gilroy Hour.
Gilroy Hour and a half.
The recap was really good on Monday. Like, I enjoyed that. I don't know. I saw people bitching in the comments. It was hysterical. That was a great show on Monday.
For me, like, I enjoyed it for the first little bit, and then like I think once I got like maybe 40 minutes in, I was like,
But here's the thing. It's so absurd that like you have to really go through it again and take it all in, and to take it all in with other people. Like this is not an indictment on PRC. PRC is unfairly maligned. You did.
Yeah. I think we all agree here that's true.
Well, even Kirk said that. He came around and he was like, listen, he was doing the best. What are you going to do in that situation?
Yeah. Kirk's a PRC guy.
Hell yeah, he is.
Yeah, and like even like no. For me, like being part of it, like sitting there and listening to him like talk the whole time, and I was like,
insane.
I know. I was like, I told him I'd give him some time. I do have to cut him off at some point, and it was like finding the balance of like when I gave him the time, and then to be like, but when they broke it down for like an hour and they kept playing it, and I was like listening the whole thing, I'm like, holy fuck, he's still talking. Like it's weird to like see it outside of that moment.
That's what made Monday so good, because you could listen to it and in the back of your mind. I mean, PRC, you in the back of your mind, you probably didn't hear a word he said. You were probably just like, how do I get in here? How do I do? How do I break in?
Yeah, he's waiting for the next step the whole time.
As someone who's watching, you're definitely thinking like, okay, Gilroy's going way too fucking long here. But then when Kirk drags it out and it's 10-second clip, talk about it, 10-second clip, talk about it, then you really sit back and you're like, holy shit, that was wild that Gilroy took over this entire episode.
It was kind of like Trump on Fox News last night, where Brett Barrett keeps on trying to cut him off, and he can't because he's just on a roll, and it's just like none of it makes sense. It's all the ramblings of a crazy person.
I mean, it was genuinely like mind-boggling for me, because one, I had felt bad because I had to run into the office at like 8:30 p.m. So I was like, man, I can't even do anything. And then I checked in on my phone while I was filling out like paperwork. So I'm like filling out this paperwork, trying to focus on that. And then I look over and I took about 3 minutes, and I look back and Gilroy is still going. And I was just like, I was bewildered. I didn't even know what to do, because I was like, holy shit, man.
What is the objective of that? Like,
okay. Like behind the curtain, he came on and like he went into the group and said, I really have some things I want to get off my chest about Justin.
It's insane.
And so he said, can I have some time? And I said, yeah, I'll give you a few minutes or a couple minutes just to get whatever is off your chest. So that's how that whole speech came to be. But yeah, it was wild. And it was just one of those, you had to be there.
Mind you, get stuff off his chest about Justin after inviting him to his house to chill in the hot tub and eat hot dogs at Canterbury Lake Park. So,
like, and by the way, clearly somebody that doesn't listen to the show. Like, I just the way you're reacting and trying to talk up Kirk like that doesn't do anything for you. Like,
oh yeah, no, that
like
did.
That's almost like you're begging for a job. And I almost felt like he was in some respect, like, oh, I'll produce for nothing. You know who also said that? One Michael Marks. So let's keep it, just it was
Joe's here.
Insanity.
I made it.
Hi, Joe.
Oh, here's the real host.
There you go. Joe, we made
Found out
it.
a
Yeah,
couple
the
hours
brand
ago.
new host of Mike and the Minifans.
Yeah.
Joe's here. How's it going, Joe? I'm Fax. We haven't met. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
But
Yeah,
we
I'm
were
Tom.
just talking about, I was also going to make the point, Tommy, because he kept talking over and over, kind of like in the same way that you were saying, where he was just trying to fit something in, but it did unspeakable things to my ego when I was hearing him talk, because the more he talked, the more he didn't know about the show. As a new fan, I was like, oh, this is perfect for me. Everyone was so pissed I was hosting and talking, but this guy doesn't know a fuck thing. He's here rambling for 10 minutes. I'm going to
thought
look
he could
great.
sneak by. Being like, yeah, I listened to the show. Like, you're going to get snuffed out. Like, someone's going to realize.
This is
Yeah.
painful.
Oh, yeah. Because even if you're new, you can show that, like, you have been watching recently.
Yep.
Like, you can show that you have been watching what has been going on over the past month and try to play catch up with super old bits. But with him, it was just like, ever since that basketball, that's been eating at him for months.
Which,
and
by
he
the
just
way, he's
waited.
he's not really part of the show. Like, Justin did nothing wrong. And that's like, and Cinema said it earlier today. I think John, I don't know who said it, like, the Justin hate's kind of dying down, because it should. And if this isn't going to be the Justin and John era, this is the Justin era. Like, there's no need to hire a second producer at this point. Justin is everything that Kirk wanted from the beginning. So it's like, we're in the Justin era right now. Unless they figure out a way to bring on John, then it's the Justin era.
It's really everyone's option. It's just, it's John.
Right.
The shows are great. The shows are, I think, really good under Justin right now. He's getting the hang of the drops and everything. And I love the way, like, he does the camera cuts too. Like, I like watching on YouTube personally. So I enjoy the camera cuts, and I enjoyed, like, just him testing out stuff. He's not afraid. So he could do the show by himself. You really don't need a second producer if you're not going to hire John. Just pay Justin all the money.
Yeah. John, you have any thoughts on how you felt about Gilroy talking? You haven't really got a chance to kind of speak your mind on the full scope of how you felt.
Well, I do wonder if, and I know Kirk touched on it, if it had something to do with, like, oh, I've actually had some experience on the radio. I'm going to talk and you guys are going to listen. I wonder if there was a little bit of that going on.
I think that's what I got that same exact feeling too.
Yeah.
I got that same exact feeling too. It was like, here I am. I'm the radio guy.
Yeah, I deserve 10 minutes to go off on a rant.
Which is crazy.
But I think I think that's on me a little bit too, because, like, we were like, we're going to give him 30 minutes and then we're just going to go to town and, like, just blast him and all that stuff. So when he finally came up, like, right at the 30-minute mark, like, we did do the, it's Gilroy thing, but it was really like, oh shit, he came, like, right at the 30 minutes thing. It was just crazy.
He comes off as a nice enough guy, but it's like, which I was actually kind of cringing when he started talking about his ex-wife that way. Like, you can hate your ex-wife as much as you want. Like, if you consider yourself a radio guy and you consider yourself like, hey, I want to do this for a living still, you probably shouldn't be saying that stuff on video, because that's just going to be
your ex-wife a
possible employer.
His entire show.
Pretty incriminating.
It's pretty incriminating. Like, it lives forever on the internet. You think it's going to be, no, they're not going to erase stuff here.
No.
Nuts.
No.
Just not an A+ move. Not an A+ move.
Absolutely not. Joe,
but PRC,
how did you
this is
feel?
redemption week for you. I believe in PRC.
Oh, yeah, PRC too, yes. I'm going to say that, yeah, we are going to get on the right track. I mean, I think it's going great already so far. It's already 10 times better than what we had last week. We're already kind of in this beautiful little flow of, I don't know, these genius minds talking about a show, about a show, about a show. So, Joe, how did you feel about this Gilroy? This is going to be the last one, too, because I don't want to spend all my fucking time on Gilroy. I've had enough of him. But, Joe, quick, if you want to say anything.
I just think that must have been festering for a while for him to go on a rant like that. I just think he was holding on to it for too long of a time and then got the opportunity to just let it go. It was a little bit too much for me. I mean, the fact that he said that 200 people in Windham, New Hampshire stood up and clapped for him. I mean, like,
I forgot about that part.
When you say stuff like that, you lose all credibility, because there's no fucking way that ever happened. So I just think he built stuff in his mind, blaming Justin for not being on the team. Kirk probably said he was on one show. I don't need him around. Like, it's not about what Gilroy doesn't realize. It wasn't about winning games. It was about creating content around the show. And I think Gilroy was like, well, I can help the team win. It was like, dude, you were in one time and it wasn't that great of a show.
No.
The end. Like, that's it.
Wait, so back to the people standing up and clapping. That wasn't even to go on KMS. That was to come on Mike and the Minifans,
right? Which, hold on, how many of them actually knew what Mike and the Minifans were? Do you think 200 people in that room knew what
Nobody.
Not a one.
Absolutely not. They were like, "What the fuck does that even mean, dude?"
Honestly, I think it's trying to prove a point. Like, I belong. Like, hey, keep me in this unit. Like, which I get. You know what? Listen. We all want some sort of fame, right? If you're in this business, like, you know, me.
Oh, yeah. It's assumed.
Sort of like this is what we do for a living. Like, he doesn't want to sell lollipops for a living. He wants to do fucking radio or whatever. But it's just like,
Quinny, sorry, $80K a year.
You can't do that.
All right.
No, 100. It's 100. 80K base.
Yeah, we're in this.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm sorry.
No, yeah, that's definitely true. I mean, anyone that is on this camera wants to be entertainment, whether it's in front of the camera or behind the scenes in some way or another. Just because it's one, it's fun, and two, if you can get paid for it, why the fuck not? If you already like doing
work for a living.
Yeah, it's not that. Yeah, it's not always the best thing. But moving on to that actually is a great transition. Mutt was in on Monday, and he was talking about other side hustles that he's trying to do out. How do you guys feel about this ice thing? I feel like it's in the same regards of having like vending machines like they mentioned or having a fucking laundromat. I don't feel like that's a horrible idea for passive income at all.
Yeah, I agree with you. I've looked into the ice thing. I'm not even kidding.
Yeah, me too.
And then I've looked into ATMs, but not as a sole job. Like, okay, I have a job. Let's look for a second stream of income sort of thing. And honestly, for me, it's just something I'll Google, find it interesting, maybe find one or two people that have done it successfully, and then never take it upon myself to do anything else.
We watch a bunch of videos. We get really smart about it. We tell our significant others about it, and then we actually never take action to get the passive income. But
wanting it inside the studio is a whole
that's a wild.
I mean, I don't know where that idea comes from. You're going to go up a second floor to get a bag of ice. I mean, that's just a wild take.
Yeah. Exactly.
But every time I see an ice machine now, I just think of Mutt. It's just automatic now.
Now, to that point, maybe he should just do it at this point.
Yeah, I mean, he kind of has to. Especially, I mean, as we're going to get into later, if anything with the Barstool thing comes to success, there's got to be Mutt's ice machines all around wherever he's working. Otherwise, I'm going to fucking riot. Like, you made your bed, buddy. It's time to lay in it. So
I was thinking about it like all day. Like, why would you want to put the ice machine in the office? Like, I was trying to like rationalize like one specific purpose why that would be like the best idea.
Do you know how much ice Justin goes through?
Yes.
That's why he was so quiet the other day. He was just eating ice chips the entire time, just munching on it.
That's his diet, dude.
The one thing though, it's
the weight loss diet.
He says he's going to take his money out of his 401k for that.
I was hoping that was a joke, dude.
Me too. I was really hoping that was a joke too.
Is that desperation on Mutt's end now? Like, is that where the point? Because he's been out of work for how long? We're going on what, 2 years?
I don't know. It might just because sometimes maybe Tommy would be more the expert on this part. But when you're in something like the entertainment business, you're not always thinking about like. It's kind of like how NFL players don't always like necessarily think strictly about their financial thing because they're like, oh, I'm entertainment. As an audience grows, so will my wallet. So I kind of have this and this and this. And then all of a sudden you get out. Like for me, like it was like 3 or 4 years into the military before I realized I needed to start a 401k and start building my future. Yeah. And then every time I felt like I was getting choked up a little bit and like put into a corner, I was like, oh yeah, I could just pull out of that. It's like free money, right? So maybe it was just kind of like he had all of his income that was constantly flowing and growing as he performed. And then he just kind of saw that as a safeguard rather than a future investment.
Well, let me ask you guys this question. I don't know if it's something you guys have thought about before. And I thought a bit about it now as we're talking here. What is Mutt good at?
Introducing Thai law in New Hampshire. Yeah.
Is there anything that's
he's a good public speaper. He's a good public speaker.
Yes.
Yeah, he's a good public speaker. He's a good sidekick.
I was gonna say he's a great co-host. He has grown on me immensely as being Kirk's co-host. So that's why I know everybody this week was saying the whole Mutt to KMS as a producer, but I almost would just love it if it was just like Mutt as the co-host, just because I love their back and forth when they do get pissed at each other. It always makes me laugh because you can tell they've been around each other for too long at a lot of certain points in their lives.
Which, by the way, Kirk is lying when he says he's going to cut Mud off when he stops doing the show. That's such bullshit.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
Such
That's
bullshit.
Absolute
bullshit.
I was going to say, did that make you guys sad? That makes me sad when he says that.
Yeah, well, Kirk's just being Kirk.
He loves
He's
him
just being
too
a dick.
much. There's no way.
But no, there's no way. But yeah, I think Mutt's a very, very good co-host, like especially as he grows on you. Because when he first came in, or excuse me, not when he first came in, my first exposure to him, I was just kind of like, oh, I don't really know this guy too well because I'm not really familiar with the universe. I'm like, who is he? But then as I saw him more and more, I actually ended up really liking him. And I'm like, oh, you know what? Actually, I love the chemistry. Like my favorite part is when he was refusing to run for the basketball team. He had everyone going out. That was fucking hilarious back and forth between him and Kirk. That was one of my favorite parts.
That's why
so
they
far.
were the number one show in Boston forever. You know, like Mutt knew exactly what. I mean, they were working for 6 years prior to that before Kirk got the morning show full time. So it's like, yeah, Mutt's perfect there. He really is. I hope. It comes down again. Montante should just get off his fucking ass and sell the show, so the budget can be built. So no matter what, they could throw as much money at Mutt as possible. So Mutt can't say no. Like you have to make it at the point where you can't. You have to throw so much money at Mutt that he can't say no, because then you're just hurting your family at that point.
It's all Montante's fault.
It's all Montante's fault. Montante's not selling the show.
All right, yeah. So we're all in agreement.
Montante would sell the show, not just use his construction buddies. Sell the show, the budget grows. That's a new slogan. Sell the show, the budget grows.
Get it in
Did
your.
You guys
budget,
notice
buddy.
too about like Mutt and Mike too? They had great back and forth on Monday's show.
They're great.
Like, he goes, "Sorry, you're blind. You can't fucking read." Like I actually laughed out loud when I heard that one.
Dude, Angry Mutt is like a whole new character for me. Like, I kind of like when he gets mean.
He's really entertaining. He's great.
Yeah. But dude, even talking sports though, he does it just like anyone else does. Like he's just as good as anyone else that you hear on radio talking sports, I think.
You know what? It's just like it's so, but you know what? It's so old now. Talking show. Quinny, I'm going to change up. Not Tati Quizzle anymore. It's going to be Quinny after this. I just think sports talk radio is so dead now that like this is what people look for. Something that they can feel attached to. Like sports radio. Like I don't think people feel attached to sports radio anymore. Like unless it's like a really good show. Just sports radio's done.
They like chemistry between people more, and then it's just kind of like whether it's shooting the shit and then getting into sports, as long as it shows more personality, and especially with the internet, everyone likes like at least what I liked since I'm young. Like so, I grew up on YouTube and things like that, and what I enjoyed about the internet and now Barstool was it was more uncensored opinions and conversation. It felt like a regular talk that I would have on a day-to-day basis versus the radio. I know that a lot of people grew up with that. And obviously that's where Kirk and Mutt had come from. And I think that's why Kirk became so popular because he was that more edgy, uncensored dude. He
wasn't your traditional sports talk show host.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And that's what made the show entertaining. It's just like he just knew how to. It's the same thing with the show as it is right now. Especially Monday's a great example of that. Everything just flows. You don't have to think about what you're going to say. You don't have to fight for topics. Like it's just automatic. It just clicks.
Yeah, and they had all the all-stars in there Monday. Kind of felt like it was like a family reunion.
Yeah, because Colin M was in there as well. Yeah.
Like Kirk can say
talked about him, but
we all know it's bullshit. So like he loves every single one of them. He shows love in a weird way. It's really weird. I don't get it, but
I mean, it makes sense. I'm just like I've seen that a few times. I just know that he's just like cranky old man. You come in there, you talk shit back to him, and then he'll be like, all right.
He's not old, by the way.
Right.
Like he's like.
Oh well, I'm young, so everyone above like 30 is older than me. So that's fair.
He's one of those like weird people that likes to act older than he is. Like just act 50. Just be hip. Just be fucking cool. Just accept it. Accept who you are.
Yeah.
But
what'd you guys think of Mutt Behind the Glass?
Because if he has a big day at Saratoga, I mean, then he can kind of clear a path for being a horse racing guy with Elio and Portnoy, and then just do part-time work with the KMS show. I mean, that would be perfect for him.
Did you read the Mutt stack?
I didn't read it. I did subscribe.
Oh, did you? Oh, because he said there's a big announcement Monday, and I don't know if I heard like what it was on the show. I was wondering if you knew what the announcement was.
No, I didn't see anything.
He hadn't said anything specific in the show. Maybe it was just the whole event. I don't know if he had been offered anything, but I mean, even Dave from his tweet to the Unnamed show just seemed like weirdly enamored with Mutt for like, I mean, seemingly it looked like no reason, but it worked. So it was like, fuck it. Clearly there's a reason. He's just like, this guy's so boring, but I need that. And it's just like, all right, fuck it. If that works, like, use that.
But the timing's interesting, right? Like, why
Oh, yeah.
now? You know, like, unless Portnoy just happened to see the Mutt to KMS hashtag, you know, I'm sure like one thing flashes in front of Portnoy's eyes, and then he kind of just sticks to it.
Because if anything, Kirk's podcast is probably the best podcast at Barstool. Like I would say for what Portnoy's looking for, I think Kirk's is the most entertaining. That's just not like your traditional, because everybody, you know, the top, you know, sports podcasts I think are established. Now it's kind of like building out the rest of the entertainment, you know, empire that is Barstool. And I think kind of what Dave wants is what Kirk's show is, and he sees Mutt. And you see that chemistry. It's like, why wouldn't you want that? Why wouldn't, you know, that's something I would want to invest into. You know, there are so many shows at Barstool that get invested into that flop. And I don't know if necessarily Rico's is one of them, but like, I do know Kirk's is something that, you know, if you keep pumping money into it, the show's just going to keep getting better. Like,
yeah, but it's not like Portnoy doesn't listen to the show though. Like he historically doesn't listen to any podcasts.
No, but he definitely sees the traffic within it though, because ever since especially ever since everybody was on the KMS basketball train, it kind of reignited a fire of every Barstool employee keeping up with KMS as well. Because Big Cat's low key like a fucking Minifan to death, because he's making shout outs on PMT, because that's where I started with my Barstool fandom, was PMT. So I'm still listening to that to this day, and I've heard his shout outs to a Coleman reference, and then the other day a Blind Mike reference. So it's just like that KMS basketball team really just reignited everyone's interest in Kirk within the company. And now Dave is going to see that traffic throughout Twitter, because he was also loving the basketball. So he got into the producers like Coleman and Justin and everything. And I think now he has that side eye. When it pops up, he's like, oh shit, what's going on now? Another random ass controversy that came out of nowhere for Kirk. What a surprise. Let's see what this is.
I think this is the hottest the show's ever been. I really do believe
that.
I truly believe that. You know, you look at the YouTube numbers, you know, when the show's going on live, and I think, you know, all these just ignorant people that think they could come in here and produce the show. Like when I hear Kirk going through the different resumes and stuff, it makes me laugh, because all these people that think, listen, I've been living in the area for years. I thought I could do it. I failed miserably, you know, and I've been listening to Kirk. I was listening to Kirk when I was living in Florida and whatnot. It's just, I couldn't do it. You know, as much as I like the show and as much as I think I could add something to the show, I couldn't. And all these people that are from the outside that think they can do it just because they're a stoolie, go fuck yourselves. You people are so ignorant to what this show needs. And that's why I'm so big on Justin and John, because it's like, you know, you just, I don't necessarily, if, you know, you're not going to bring John up here, which I think would be crazy, because Montante doesn't want to sell the show and the budget doesn't grow. You know, then just give it to Justin. And still, I think, you know, this era is on fire.
I just don't think you can let Justin do himself for long term. I think eventually it'll just be a grind on him. Yeah, mentally. Listen, I think he's fine on the show, but when Kirk freaks out on him like the second time, mentally that he's just not as tough.
I think Kirk likes him too much to do what he did to Dave. You know what I mean? Because Dave's like seasoned and whatnot, and Dave was a producer for other people. Like, I think Justin is too loyal to want to, like, he's the perfect producer for what Kirk needs, especially when you go back and listen to what Kirk said was in the description for the producers. But anyway,
yeah, when I think even adding John to would be that perfect middleman, like that Joe needs.
A really good combo.
What Joe was talking about, that John takes it easily in stride, very relaxed, can do all the producer shit that you need to do, and he also is integrated within the universe, and that's kind of like what gets a lot of Minifans to stay loyal. Is, at least for me, like, I love the interaction. Like, I don't get this type of interaction with any other show, and so that's why this show has become the most watched show for me. Like, I'm behind like 3 PMT episodes and like 2 Bussin' episodes, like content that I've really, really enjoyed, because I need to watch this every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, because I like the interaction with the people that I work with. It's like having a Reddit thread, but you all get a video chat once a week. It's fucking fun. Yeah, so having John in there is good, because we all know him, we all like him, and we all know that if we did have a problem, or if we did have something that we liked or suggested, he's the type of guy who might be a chance that he actually like says something or listens to us and is like, oh yeah, okay, maybe I'll try that out. You know, that interaction is the best part of it, and Justin and John do that so well. Yeah, I think that's why it's really nice.
And John believes in Justin. Like John. I
Mhm.
don't think Justin doesn't backstab people. Like this idea that Justin backstabs people is just it's so ignorant. It's so.
Half of it I think is a stupid
Kirk is
bit.
the Alpha and the Omega. How is he not supposed to report to Kirk on
Quinny,
everything?
you say that until he goes through your
that.
backpack, dude.
What?
You say
I
that
agree
until
with
he
you
goes
on
through your
that. Like,
backpack.
what Justin's job is to report.
Yeah, he's talking like a man without a vape pen right now.
Yeah,
But
yeah. Yeah, wait till he finds your whatever it is, the red
Yeah,
eyes.
your fucking burner account, man.
It doesn't. I don't do burner accounts, but but that's what the show is supposed to be. Like it doesn't like if you smoke weed, that's part of the show. Like this is who you are. Everything's exposed about you. I couldn't hide that I was gay. No matter like as much as I panicked in that moment, everything's part of the show.
Yeah, you had to
Embrace
sit there and
it.
eat
Not
it. You gotta
Justin
go.
being a snake. It's this is who you like. This is what the show is. Like you can't. You are who you are, and you embrace who you are at the end of the day.
And if
you
Kirk
don't,
finds
then
out, you don't
look
tell
like
him,
that
and then you're putting yourself at risk for your own job. So
right,
you
because
have to
you
do
look
it.
like Gus, or you look like Gus, where everything's a lie and nobody believes you. By the way, do we believe Gus is an Amazon
No,
driver?
absolutely not.
Oh yeah, no. I mean,
Weed stays in your system for 30 days. So if you smoke every day and then take a week off, you still have THC and you're pissed. Like, don't tell me you took a drug test.
do they test at Flex though?
yeah, I was gonna say
It's
the
a whole
flex
different
seems
thing,
more
yeah.
believable because that's with your own vehicle.
Oh,
and
Yeah,
you
that's more just
kinda
like
being an Uber
DoorDash.
driver. Yeah, DoorDash.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
you drive a company car, they have to test you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
we
he
are
might
driving
just
his
drive
car.
this
Yeah.
Mitsubishi Mirage with two.
Yeah, I don't
split
think he has
tires.
anything to do with the trucks, but I think
He
he
says
can.
he drives their car. He said
he
that
said
he
he
took
drove
a
the
drug
truck.
test, and he said that he drives their truck.
So I
That's
think
what
it's a
he
half.
said.
Yeah,
it's a
I
half
don't buy that. I buy that he works for Amazon Flex, but yeah.
Mhm.
So he's
I think-
lying. So his lie has lies within the lie.
Yeah, it's a half lie because I think he wanted to sound better than it actually is. He
Yes.
doesn't want to say like, "Hey, I'm a fucking Door Dasher," essentially, because then he's just like, "All right, like, are we all gonna be like, all right, you're as good as Jay, except you have a car instead of a bicycle?" It's just
But
like,
does he have a car? Did he get the tires fixed? We
Do
don't
you
know.
think? Hold on. Good question. Good question. Hold on. Do we think Gus is smart enough to use a Wizinator?
No.
hmm.
Well,
Yeah,
He's
no,
not-
I feel like-
he doesn't have enough money to get a Wizinator. I'm going to go with that one.
yeah,
Or
but
is
I feel
he
like he
good
has the
enough to
tips
use
and
a Wizinator?
tricks.
Listen, if you're a stoner and drug test, you know how to get around it. So I think he is
Oh,
smart.
there you go. They don't
Oh, here
test
he
for
is.
THC.
Yeah.
That's what Gus says.
I
Oh.
actually
Hold
believe
on.
that.
Then take a picture of the uniform. Take a picture of the uniform and post it to Twitter right now. Take
Why
a
would
picture of the
Amazon Flex have a uniform,
and post it
though?
to Twitter.
You
Or
have to
show
wear
us-
something.
Show us some
You can't just go-
documentation. Show us some form of documentation that you work for Amazon. And
Blur out what
everybody
you
will
need
believe you.
to.
It's so easy. You don't have to give up your employee ID number. You have some form of identification that you're working for Amazon. Just provide some proof.
That would be hilarious though. You pull up in like a '92 Saturn, but you're wearing like a brand new uniform.
Like a tuxedo.
Hey, underrated looking vehicles are those 92 Saturns. That sleek front, man. I had one of those SL2 when I was 16. Great car.
It's an 87 Honda. How dare you?
Yeah.
No. It's definitely like a new car, but it's not like a new car. It's like a Mitsubishi Mirage. It's just like a 2020 Mitsubishi Mirage. So it's just like new, but there's still an aux cord. There's no Bluetooth. There's no chance that there's a screen on that thing. There's got to be something like that. That's what I'm seeing.
Exactly.
yeah,
Take a selfie in your Amazon uniform, Gus. Oh, by the way, I have a great Gus story. So Gus was the one who texted me looking for Gresh's number.
Oh.
that is pretty funny.
Because I'm laying down. I'm just like laying down and listening to the show, and I take a nap and then I wake up and I see a DM from Gus saying, "Hey, do you have Gresh's number?" I think he thought I wasn't listening to the show, which I wasn't going to give him the number anyways, but I said for a price, and he didn't get back to me in time. So if he would have given, listen, if I 98,000 with health benefits, I would have given Gresh's number up, but
So is that your price?
98,000 with health benefits. Yes. Yeah.
Wow. Do you have a degree? And do you live near a recruiting office?
What do you mean a recruiting office?
Military. Yeah, health benefits right there.
Actually, I
man.
do. I live. There's one right next to my apartment building.
Oh boy, do I got a job for you.
No. So
No, don't do it. It's a trap.
yeah.
I mean,
I brought a game. Do you guys want to play the game?
yeah.
I
Do you
do.
wanna jump into the first part of Friday? Then as we talk about
Yeah.
the,
So let's do Friday.
AMS game, we'll kind of get into that.
Yeah. I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
No, you're good. You're good. So the big thing for Thursday and Friday was the producer talk. So I don't know about you guys, but as far as like the list of these candidates, I just feel like it's not really worth mentioning. That's why for me, the week felt slow is because we spent so much time talking about the producers and the resumes, and some parts of it were funny, but for me, 1 minute of funny out of like 15 minutes of content, it just felt like, I don't know. This is starting to drag along. I don't really give a fuck about Big Twan.
I get what you're saying, but I was driving to the studio this morning and I was replaying Thursday's episode. And when they first bring up John Dales, for some reason, I like sat up in my car. Like he's already for me.
Oh, I mean,
like
I guess
name. I was like, oh shit, they're talking about John Dales.
Great
Like,
name.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. But that was that 1 minute. It was like that John Dales. It was like John Dales. All right, that was funny. And then all of a sudden we get to this other guy, like Big Twan, King of the North, Brian Furtado. Like today with Brian Furtado, like I didn't give a fuck. I'm just gonna be straight up honest. I'm not even gonna lie. Even if it's 4v1 right now, I listened to the whole stuff and I was just like, all right, like, because for me, maybe just because I have a different perspective on it. When I think producer, I'm just like, all right, they're gonna go into the booth, they're gonna press the buttons, and then they're just gonna slowly integrate themselves with the show. But everyone that we're reading for this whole resume shit is someone who's trying to show that, hey, I'm the next producer personality. Look at me. Or they're like, hey, I'm a fucking nobody, but you can make me a somebody.
Well, especially because some of them were saying I could do content
Yep.
plus producing. I think once you say that, you are saying like, oh, I want to be some sort of a character on the, which you would end up being anyway.
Yeah, and that's fine, and that's more than fine. Like if
Right.
them owning it is like not a problem, because I mean, shit, why the fuck do you think I'm sitting here hosting Mike and the Minifans? It's not because I'm just like, oh man, I can't wait to get back to my day job. It's because I like trying to entertain people. Whether I'm successful at it or not, that's more to be desired. But it's still fun to do, and being that personality that people know and can interact with you on the internet is fun. But for me, it was like when it was the producer, it was just like, I don't know if I was just like, I kind of get it, but at the same time, I feel like when you first get there, at least when you first get there, you kind of focus on getting everything right, and then you slowly kind of get out of your shell.
Yeah, I think
Facts.
that was-
Oh, sorry. Do you think Coleman inspired like this new influx of like Barstool bros trying to be like the next producer? Because like he came from the Barstool world and jumped up into the KMS world and kind of got himself adjacently attached to Barstool. It just seems like there's a bunch more like Barstool, like Big Twan and Jonathan Sands and other people that are throwing their hat into the ring.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's kind of weird for me because throughout the KMS universe, everyone calls me a stoolie, but then they all tell me things about Barstool that I never know about. So they actually all end up knowing more about Barstool than I do, because I really just stayed centralized into like PMT and then the unmentioned now ZBT for a little bit before I figured out what the fuck happened here with all that. But with like mostly just like PMT and then eventually Taylor and Will with Bussin'. That was really kind of it. So I didn't really know anything else, and I just started getting Spittin' Chicklets. And now that I've started to learn more about it as I tried to like half-ass pursue it, I didn't know if Coleman was bringing in the same types of people that people assume that like were like me and coming in, but it didn't really seem that way. But once basketball started, that's when I felt like once everybody got involved at Barstool with KMS basketball, I feel like that's when the bros kind of came in.
Don't forget how big the producer search last year was too, though. That got a ton of reach. So I think some people might have seen that.
Yeah.
Obviously, someone got hired, and now it's happening again. So it's all the people that were like, oh, shit, I should have fucking applied last year. Here's my chance again.
And I also think like Barstool's slowly doing a better job, and it's pretty sporadically. It's not as consistent as it should be, and that's on the social media team there. Whenever they put out clips of Kirk's show, I think they do figure out a way to snatch in a couple more listeners. Like I think if Kirk's show was more prominently featured on the Barstool social media pages, that's where all these little stoolie things are coming from, because they're seeing Kirk on the Unnamed show.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Patrick made a good point in the comments. He had said,
and I saw that. And I agree with that, but I also think too, like when Gus's downfall was going on, for example, back in January, and they would be posting clips of that stuff. That's where I thought you saw a lot more people that are new coming on board. So I do think when Barstool does take the time to promote Kirk's show, they do pick up more. They pick up more because it's different. It's not PMT. It's not Rico and Dan and Dave making picks. It's not Barstool Pick'em. It's nothing like any other show on the Barstool platform.
And dude, you know why it's not like that though? the perfect example is when we're all talking about it's a drag when they're reading these resumes.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it. For example.
People might
I
not like it, but that's the only show that's going to sit there and fucking just
Mhm.
read these
Yes.
resumes. And you might in that moment hate it, but you didn't turn it off, I guarantee.
No,
Yeah, I didn't.
none of you turn it
Yeah.
off. You all and
Yeah.
you all lie if you do. You might not. It might be a drag because like some people just have no personality to them. But that's kind of the funny part of it. Like I like the fact again. I go back to something I said earlier. All these people that think they can just come in and produce for Kirk. Again, I've been listening to Kirk for a long time. I thought I could do it. I didn't. I failed. And I think people that think they can just walk in without any real base knowledge of the show. For example, Gilroy last week saying that he would take no salary. You have no idea what you're walking into. That show needs a specific producer, and that's why I believe you have Justin and John as the prime two people to take over KMS 4.0.
Yeah. Joe, did you have any thoughts about them reading through the resumes? Were you on my side, or is this truly
I'm more on your side, Facts. It's mainly because it's stoolies. Like it's not Minifans. Like there's a difference between a Minifan and a stoolie.
Isn't that
right?
funny? Isn't it funny to hear people that have no idea about the universe trying to come in?
I mean, they're just like, oh, I don't have any experience in producing, but I think it'd be no, shut the fuck up, get out. Like we don't want you in the show. Like I don't want you to get involved. Like
Kirk is like nothing anybody has ever experienced before. You idiot, like you fools, you absolute fools.
Yeah, it's just like when I went in there, right?
Damn,
Like
I
had a moment of lapse, and I just like stopped paying attention, and then Kirk and I just went like crack, Hunter Biden, and then boom.
Oh,
Like,
I love that. Okay, yeah.
So like it's daunting because like Kurt, like he literally walks in, sits down, starts. That's it. There's no hey, how you doing? It's just boom, we're going.
Would you guys prefer a known or an unknown producer?
Known. I think it's like I think it's like a program director. You don't want, if you're working in Boston, right? You don't want some guy from fucking Boise, Idaho coming in and trying to program a radio station that they have no familiarity with. Like I think you want somebody that has familiarity with the show and familiarity with the universe. Like I know there's like this whole perception like you can't be friends with the universe, but you also have to have an idea of what the universe wants. Yeah, you're responding to one person at the end of the day, but it's also good to have somebody that has like touch with people that are watching this on a Friday night, right? So it's like there's a balance there, and I think Colin kind of struck that balance a little bit, and I think John and Justin. I mean, because Justin knows the Minifans really well. Same thing with John. So I think that's what you want. You don't want somebody that has no idea. I mean, it would be funny, but it's like how far does it go? Like I want something sustainable.
What about if they were like in between? Like if it's not John. Because, like, for me, if it's known, I just want John just because, one, I have extreme bias that I'm fully admitting to, but also because I think he would genuinely be a good fit. And then other than that, though, the unknown aspect could be somewhat interesting just because they don't know what they're getting into. And then kind of seeing that shock value.
Storyline.
They're still competent. Yeah, they're still competent at producing.
To the show? Is it a detriment to the show? Because here's the thing. Like, I don't want to like see Kirk go on mental health leave because the show's not doing well, or I don't want to see like the show struggle at all. Like I want to see the show succeed. Like it's a really good show. It's again, like nothing that Barstool else has. So it's like, I'd rather sustainability. I'd rather people that know what they're doing. And then you bring in people to sit next to Blind Mike. And then you just, that person becomes a punching bag. I think that's a good balance. Like, for example, when Mick came in and had his freak out, you got John in the background, clapping along and, I think that's fantastic. That's great. Like, I think that's, I think you want your producers to be able to have control. Gus was, it was probably entertaining, but would you want a Gus every single year or would you want sustainability?
Well, and another thing is like, if you bring in somebody who's unknown and he doesn't know the universe.
Fuck you when you're Quinlan doing a Gilroy. Fuck you. I just like the show. Okay?
But but you bring in like somebody that doesn't know the show at all. And then, they could be in for a month and they're like, what the fuck? And just out. And then we're back here again. So I think in that regard, it is good to at least have somebody who has like at least a cursory knowledge of the show and knows what they're getting into.
I agree.
But you know what?
You have to be a Minifan. Like John Dales is a Minifan. And he has experience, and we're going to give him a shot, right? Like, you could be unknown, but you have to know the show, and you have
That's a good point.
You have to understand the show. Like, you can't just kind of have like a toe in, like a Coleman, like, oh, I listened to it like 5 times. Like, you have to listen religiously, understand the show, and be aware that you're going to catch shit, and that's just the way it goes.
but he got better. Coleman got better. Like, I think Coleman, like, I thought Coleman was great today on the show when he called in. Like, it feels like he's starting to get, like, it's funny that he feels like it's starting to get it now after he's not the producer anymore.
That is true.
I think
there is a little bit of
pressure's
that
off.
going on. Yeah.
Pressure's off. He can be more comfortable, and it's more of a casual conversation versus before. The entire time he was on the show, he felt the need as if to be the producer brain, and turn that producer brain on. And now that I feel like he got out, he sees the difference of like, okay, it's just not that deep. Like, I shouldn't have been trying to pretend I knew so much shit or trying to be this guy that I'm not. I mean, maybe I feel like because since he and I are like the same age, I kind of relate to that, where you're still, even though I'm 25, married with kids and everything, and I'm pretty established in who I am, I still sometimes have that feeling of like when I'm talking to someone else, oh, wait, do I need to pretend I know something yet? I haven't got to that comfortability level of just like absolutely fuck what everyone thinks. I'm just going to be me all the time. I still have that little struggle. It's not as severe as Coleman's, but it's still there. So
I kind
that
of love
could
the
be that.
chameleon aspect. Made me
He's
laugh.
at a pool right now, not working, while you have kids and you're working full time. You're the same age. You're two different people, though.
Yeah. I know. I was just trying to be like relatable. That's true. We're not the
He's a
fucking same at all.
25-year-old kid. He made a mistake. You know, I think he's going to find himself back somewhere. I think he got better, and I think him and Justin were a pretty good team. I think, you know, the Kennedy Lake thing was a mess up, but I think, you know, Kirk clearly still sees something in him, because he wouldn't have called him today, or he wouldn't reference, you know, him in a positive way if he didn't see something in him. So, listen, I hope he lands on his feet. He's a good kid.
Oh, he will. I mean, he'll be fine, but just get a job, dude. Work. Like I
I
don't.
be fine. If you didn't have a job, it'd be worrisome. You're what are you, 50?
Fuck off.
He's a 25-year-old kid. I
I
feel
grew up in
bad
a
for him.
different family, dude. My dad, once I turned 14, my dad's like, you gotta work. That's it. So I just come from two different. Where Coleman's dad was definitely like, yeah, take your time, don't rush. You know, you're in high school, that's your job. Like,
I would say for Coleman, get on the treadmill. I think if
that would help too.
I think honestly, I think working out is big, and I think
physical health is mental health.
If you get your ass in the gym, start waking up earlier, and you start getting your body moving earlier, you're going to accustom yourself to waking up earlier, and then you'll make better life, decisions. You'll think more clear-headed. I think he's got to get himself more active.
Joe, why does everyone want to ask you about your blinds?
Well, because I'm in a different room. So the last couple of times on the show, my blinds been fucked up. So
okay,
I decided to do a different room this time, so it wasn't a distraction.
I just wanted to make sure we were addressing all the important topics.
I mean, I feel like that's a perfect transition right into Quinny's game.
Yes, let's do it. All right.
Let's
So
do
I first off, I like Justin's game today.
Yeah,
I
me
like
too.
That was a good game.
You always do it with football players when you have like your quarterback, running back,
Yeah.
wide receiver, like same shit. I like that grid shit.
And I think the KMS world is so deep enough that like you have people that you can choose from that would be good. So I went on a walk before the show began, and I actually wrote my own list for today. So it's actually great that there we go. So John's got it right there. So this is going to be the grid. The producer, Justin, $5. John from Scranton, $4. Menners, $3. High up on the list, you little fuck. John Rich, $2. I think John Rich still has a chance to be a producer one day. Mick's still in there. And then $0. We'll find out what $0 is over time. Oh, fuck. $0's right there. God damn it. So, yeah, pizza guy, you're up there.
I made it. I made the cut.
You made the cut. All right. So you see chair 1, you see chair 2, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So I've got Joe, PRC, Fax, and John and Warren for the game. And you guys just, let's see. We'll start with Joe, and then we'll work our way through. So the same way the game was done today.
Selfishly, I'll go myself for producer.
Okay. So
that's a move.
what's a move?
And I did that too because Polar is my chair 1.
That's a good chair 1. All right.
Robbie 3, chair 2. I enjoyed him in the show. I really did. Chair 2, Robbie V. Shout out. Lock of the week.
Wait, no. You don't go. You don't go.
Oh, my bad.
You actually no. You didn't. So you picked yourself as producer. So now PRC.
Oh shit. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Right. So PRC, you go second. So yeah, all you just said, this is fucking stricken. So PRC, you're up next.
I'm gonna go Menners at producer.
Producer.
Yeah, yep. I think he could with the other lineups I'm picking. I think he'll do well in that position. So I'm gonna give me Menners at 3.
Facts.
I'm gonna go John.
Okay.
John from Scranton. He's my man, so I trust him.
I had to give that to Tim too.
I appreciate that.
John and Warren.
Is there any deviation from the game that was played today, or is this just the same?
No,
game?
it's the same game. I honestly, but I wanted
Shut
to
up, John.
Yeah, don't fucking ruin it.
It's a new game, man.
I like Justin's list today, but I didn't want to be the same and use Justin's list, so I wanted to make my own list.
All right, I wanted out there that I wanted to go Menners. I'm going Mick. He's a steal at $1.
Yeah, that's
It's a
good.
steal at $1. Okay.
Oh yeah, wait. John gets his redemption because he had a draft
right,
already
that's right.
today. So yeah, he kind of gets.
I feel a lot of pressure right now. Let me tell you.
All right. John, you're up. John, you're up for chair one. John and Warren.
Let's go Oh,
So you spent
let's go.
$1 on Mick.
Yeah, let's go Polar. Let's go Polar.
$5 on Polar. And Mick's only won because he dropped out, but I still think he's a possibility to be a producer one day, so I left him in there as a low possibility. All right, so Polar's off the board. Facts, go ahead.
Oh, easy for me, Whitney.
God damn it.
Easy. I love me some Ron Whitney. So yep.
Adds a lot to the show. Okay. PRC.
I just got to take the money with Colonnade. I had a Whitney Menners thing I wanted to get going, but he's off the board, so I got to take Colonnade.
Colonnade Manners wasn't a bad show. I thought that was a good show when it happened. Let's see. Joe, go ahead.
By the way, just real quick, we don't deliver at Steve's, so it can't be pizza delivery guy. Pat Ford. There's no way I'm picking Mayo, so Pat Ford.
Okay.
Great pick. Great guy.
Matt, I thought you were in one chair. I mean, Mayo, I thought you was in one chair. I could see Mayo as in one chair. I could definitely see Mayo as in one chair. All right. Let's see. Joe, you're up next for the 2 chair.
I'm going to go Montante.
Oh,
Okay.
needed that.
And let's see, PRC.
Give me Robbie V. Let's talk sports.
Damn, El Prez.
It's a good pick.
Loyalty.
Is everything.
Facts, go ahead.
I'm gonna do who I see as a steal, Mutt.
Oh, you bastard.
I want to see Mutt and Witt. That'd be great.
Nothing for Tim and Canton. Disappointing. John and Warren.
I'll tell you what. This is my guy, David and Hull. Let's go.
Ooh.
Bringing David and Holt back into the world. I hope
I
he's
gotta start
okay.
saving money so I couldn't take any high value. I gotta start getting
You've spent $9 so far. You have $20 to spend. You've only spent $9. So okay.
Exactly. If I got two $5, it's already 19.
I understand that. I'm just letting you know what you have done.
Oh, okay. My bad. I'll shut the fuck up.
Call in. Here we go.
Who's up?
Who's up?
That would be John and Warren. I'm sorry.
Donald Trump.
Donald,
Ah,
call in.
Needed that bad.
Facts.
I'm gonna spend my big money. Big Cat.
Damn it.
Yeah. Big Cat's a good call. Underrated. Doesn't call in enough.
No, he does not.
PRC.
Do I get Murchison talking or 5 minutes of silence?
You get a clicking sound.
Chase Cullinane is a caller. It's annoying, but that's why it's 0.
Give me Jeff DeLow. Give me a well-timed Jeff DeLow call.
Okay. You have $9 that you've spent so far. And Joe.
Coleman.
Coleman was a good call today. I enjoyed the Coleman call.
Yeah,
I think he
it
could be
was.
a regular. Maybe. Kirk probably no. He wouldn't like that. Live event. Let's go with Joe.
Show in your home.
Who wouldn't want that? Okay. PRC.
Oh, give me KMS basketball at $3. What
No
a deal.
Facts.
We're all gonna sit in the woods with snow. Yeah.
John and Warren.
Let's go movie theater watch long.
Yeah, that could be good. Okay. And finally, interview. So just to give you an update, 7, 11, 15. You've spent $15 so far, John and Warren.
So it's I'm up for interviews.
Yes.
All right, we're going. So I've got $5, right?
Yeah, you got $5.
Oh, we're going Larry Bird. We're
Larry
gonna fucking
Bird.
round this thing out.
There you go. That's pretty good. So that's $20 spent right there. 8, 9, 13. You spent $13 so far, Facts.
Oh, so the board's mine. All right.
I meant to spell it for couples. It says free couples. So I'm sorry about that.
Let's do it. Free couples.
Free couples.
All right. PRC.
Give me Boy with Uke. Let's go entertainment.
Harry will be happy with that.
Give something for everybody. A little sports, a little action.
And Joe.
Just because I know Kirk would just attack him, I'm going to go Sam Kennedy.
That would be a good one.
zero,
I
but
would want to hear what, after all these years, what you would say to that person, because he has made a lot of money. All right, so at the end of the day, the show, how do we want to do this? We'll start with Joe. So Joe's show would be Joe the Pizza Guy producing. In chair 1 would be Pat Ford. In chair 2 would be Montante. Coleman calling in. Let's see. Showing your home for a special event. And then Sam Kennedy for the interview.
Not the best show.
Let's see. Producer for PRC. Menners. Cullinane in chair 1. Robbie V in chair 2. Jeff D-Low call-in. Special event would be KMS basketball. Boy with Uke interview.
It's all right.
B plus.
I had a better plan, yeah.
Facts. John from Scranton, producer. This might be the show, actually. John from Scranton, producer. Whitney, chair 1. Mutt, chair 2. Big Cat, call-in. Snell in the Woods. Fred Couples, the interview.
Snow in the Woods locks it in. That's a fucking A+. That'd be so good.
I think the Whitney Mutt big cock.
Oh shit!
Rock on
The
the line there,
Whitney
Quinn.
Mutt big cat combination I like a lot.
Oh yeah, me too.
And then John and Warren, Mick producer, Polar chair 1, David and Holt chair 2. That might bring you down a little bit. Donald J. Trump caller. What is this? What was your special event? Oh, movie theater.
Movie theater.
And then Larry Bird is the interview.
Not bad.
Yeah.
But I will say, if I wasn't looking for redemption, I don't know if I could have taken part in that game today.
I don't think this one's much better. I think Fax has the best show.
Who's gonna put? Somebody's got to put out a poll then.
Yeah, probably
So
something like
people
that.
can
I mean, I feel like this last 10 minutes of this game was definitely all for us. Like, I'm already looking at the comments. They're like, this is so
I thought it was a good enough
But it
game.
was-
Like, I think the universe is deep enough that you can do that. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
That
I
was
enjoyed
fun.
it.
Yeah,
I
that was
enjoyed
real.
it. I had a great time doing that, especially since I built a fucking A team.
All right, so Mikey grab bags, John and Warren this morning B-, PRC B, Fax C+, Joe the Pizza Guy D+, John and Warren tonight B+.
Ooh.
I'm similar to Mick. If you gave me an A+, I would have fucking left this place.
Well, there you go. I mean, right there, that kind of wraps up everything we had. Overall, a pretty decent week. Obviously, like we were saying, a lot of producer talk, but from what everyone says, I feel like our general consensus, like if you had to average it out, it was decent. It was a decent week. Obviously, I was the one who was a little more down on this week, but y'all seem to enjoy every little aspect of the show, no matter how random or how stupid it might seem to other people. So I'm glad that we got through it. Overall, thank you everyone for coming into the comments and hating us or loving us, however you want to say it. Doesn't really bother me. We had a great time.
Reviews are good. It doesn't look that bad. I'm looking at them. It doesn't look that bad.
All right, good. And I mean, hey, in my opinion, a great remix of the game that we all watched 6 hours ago.
Great game, Justin. I like
Great
it.
new original game.
Yeah,
Yes.
I like playing it, but after this, we actually got Menners live. So Menners needs trying to desperately cling on to the thread that is his network, coming on to entertain us for probably only 30 minutes. And that's about it. Thank you all for coming on tonight. I hope you all have a great night. Peace out.
Thanks for having me. Bye.
Yep.
See you
Bye.
guys.
It's Late Night with Mad Manners. I'm your host. Hello, everybody. Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Manners till midnight. I will be taking your calls. I am also still alive. I haven't been fucked to death by koalas. So stick it up your ass, Steve. It's really good to see someone while we're all on lockdown. That's it. It's always sort of been there, the women's game, but it's been ignored. So they're fucking scared. I mean, look at Steve Robinson. Since he talked about his parents in the first episode, he basically lied since then because he's too afraid. He doesn't have the guts that Kirk has.
Well, good evening, folks. Hello, hello. Welcome back to Manners Live. I just want to start by distancing myself from the previous show. There's been some complaints about the most recent performances of Mike and the Minifans, and I just want to make it really clear. I have nothing to do with the production of that show. So I'm getting DMs about how it's 3 weeks in a row with terrible lineups and stale content. And I just want to say it's not my responsibility. This is a John from Scranton issue. Direct all your feedback to him. Direct all your feedback to John from Scranton. He'd love to hear from you. And yeah, I think they tried their best tonight. It's still in a pretty dire circumstance. I mean, talk about dry host. Fax is about as dry as it comes, but they're trying their best, and that's all we can ask for. But I do think it's time to scrap the Mike bit. I think it should just be called the Minifans on Friday night. I mean, Mike specifically said he didn't want Joe to host, and then Joe was there tonight. I like Joe. I've always been a Joe the Pizza guy. I like pizza. I like Joe. Put them together. I like Joe the Pizza guy. But Blind Mike doesn't want him to host his show. So I think let's just call it the Minifans. And we go from there. And then we can have whoever we want on there. There's less pressure on the guys, less pressure on John, less pressure on PRC, less pressure on Fax. And they can just do a shitty little show on a Friday night like they did previous. So we, in Mike and the Minifans, and I'll get to all the KMS stuff, but and it's John from Scranton here. John is going to pop in. Hopefully we'll take calls.
Hey, buddy.
Jonathan Patrick Hugo. I just thought, look, if I tell you now to take calls, we'll probably be ready in about 15 minutes.
Don't be an asshole.
It's my specialty. So we just had Quinlan doing a Gilroy. It's funny, he was criticizing Gilroy for talking down to everyone like a radio guy, and then he did it the whole show. Like, I'm the radio expert. I'm going to talk to all of you little minions, and please listen. He did seem to be quite clued into the show, unlike Gilroy. At least he wasn't talking about stuff from 4 months ago.
I thought that was one of the greatest shows. You coming in here aggressively and trying to attack it is smart. What
are you talking about? It wasn't. You think that's one of the greatest shows?
Shut up! I have to let me stand on the top of the mountain after my beautiful showcase of Mike and the Minifans. After it was questioned by you and by Mike, your little organization that included nobody else. You all should be ashamed of yourselves, and by you all, I mean you and Mike. That's it.
You're crazy, and you try to defend that last show. I mean, Fax is fine, but he's fucking drier than the Sahara Desert. You've got Joan in Warren, so we get to hear his takes that we heard earlier today. What was that?
I said you get to hear him 2 times.
Exactly. Quinlan, I actually admit he was more dialed into the show than I thought, so I retract my statement that he doesn't listen. But then we got him just talking down to everyone, and it's so boring. You know, Fax just goes through the week, day by day, issue by issue. As you can see, he's hooking up the calls now. So it was a pretty ordinary show. But what do you think, though? Like, just change it to the Minifans now and take the pressure off. It doesn't have the branding of Mike and the Minifans, and therefore, when you put out a product like you've done the last 3 weeks, the expectations are set lower, so the reaction is going to be lower.
We don't negotiate with terrorists. If it was so bad the other week, why'd they talk about it on the show for an hour and a half?
So that's just why you're never going to get a job as producer, because you
Maybe
cannot.
not.
You cannot go back to that. You've got to own it. Say it was a bad show.
It wasn't a great show. It did exactly what Mike or the whole network is supposed to do, is create content for the show. That created probably more content for the show than there has been in any Mike and the Minifans that since I've started. So I won't say sorry.
Well, that's a lie. That's a lie. I mean, I've created way more content than Mike and the Minifans. But the fact is that the fact that you stumbled into Gilroy being an idiot to allegedly save your show, you've got Blind Mike reaching out to me, begging me to take it over, begging me.
It's just not excusable what he did. But reaching out behind my back and just reaching out to you, being like, "Come save me."
You reach out to people behind my back all the time. You're the biggest snake in the world.
I reach out because I'm loyal to you, even though I did stab you in the back. But I told you I was going to do that, and I was like, "Hey."
So I think just call it the Minifans. make it a nice little show on a Friday night and takes the pressure off.
Great idea. I will continue to make it the best show because of the best people that run it. Thanks for having Joe. I know it was she was your gal. She's now working with Fat Axe Productions, which we are third-party contracting. They're doing a marvelous job. Tonight's show was an epic. Yes, after we're done here, I'm going to go tweet it to Mike and say it's going to have the Hector from
If
Troy.
you think that was an epic, you're fucking delusional. And I'm all on board for this plumber from PA getting the job ahead of you, because that was the flattest, boring show. And again, they just played that stupid game that they played earlier today.
Oh, geez, it had to be done. It had to be done. I did mess
blow
up.
my fucking brains out.
If you have nothing to talk about, play a game, and then you have something to take up time.
Terrible producing.
I love those kind of games. Every podcast gets away doing that.
So I just like to answer to the many people, including Michael Geary, that have reached out to me begging me to host Mike and the Minifans and save John's bacon. My feeling is that we'll
give you a little equity.
I want the content on both networks to grow. And if I take on Mike and the Minifans, then I'm not going to be able to do Mena's Live. It's going to take away from Minifandom. So I think the best thing for everybody, all the Minifans, is we keep trying. We keep trying with the Minifans. We keep supporting John and PRC and Joe. Eventually, might do a good episode every now and then. But if I take it over, then we're losing content. And all of a sudden, there's no Mena's Live afterwards. There's no Minifandoms. I'm just laser focused on Mike and the Minifans. So I think at the moment, I'm supporting PRC. I'm supporting Joe, supporting John with the Minifans. And I just it needs a rebranding.
I don't think so. Mike trying to just claim the name Mike when it's just the name Mike is insane. That's an insane endeavor.
It was named after him.
My namesake. You know how many fucking shows have been in bed? If we went by that, you know how many fucking podcasts that just takes out of the picture? Because Mike had every fucking show with every pun name you can have. Everyone must see, can't hear, everything, every single one of them. I want my apology. I want my apology.
Okay, well, good. This is good because I think it's great that you're doing this, because it just, Kirk will be sitting here going, okay, this is why I shouldn't hire him. Doesn't own his mistakes.
I care about more checks going into that box.
Full of them. I think there's something. I was thinking about this after today's show, and I was thinking maybe this is Kirk's revenge on you for being a mincel from the beginning and giving sneakers a platform and Jay and vodka and all these haters that you've backed for years and years. I can't
quit.
And now he's like, oh, okay, I'm going to really fuck with this guy now.
So in the end, I won't get the job, and all those guys will just end up hating me.
I mean, I missed the first time. Like, I heard plumber with no experience, and I'm like, that's wild.
Them dividing the map further around, like circumferences around Boston, further from me. I was just like, oh god.
This plumber's from PA.
Yeah, he's further away from Boston than me, though.
That's it. That's crazy.
Yeah, the biggest excuse is I live too far away. So
yeah,
there's other excuses in that bucket, though. Like I said, we have no calls yet. So fuck everybody. I'll put the call number up. I can't find the banner though.
Yeah. So earlier this week, I put out a tweet about what is the ideal KMS schedule for the fans, and I've got a few takeaways. Firstly, Monday, Thursday, Friday is a dog shit schedule. No one liked it. It kills momentum for the show. You're coming off Monday with an all-timer with, one of the greatest casts assembled in the Watertown studios, and then you've just got 2 days of nothingness. You've got, Meeting of the Minds and stuff if you want to watch something. So that was an all-time bad schedule. And it seems like people want the 4 shows back. And there was also some very upset Minifans that say, we paid the pay-per-views expecting 4 shows a week and it's dropped off. I think since Coleman left, Kirk's worried about overworking Justin, which is why he's doing 3 shows. Would you say that's right, John?
Yes. I don't think he actually cares about overworking Justin, but it's like at a certain point, it's like the guy can only do so much. Justin's built a good little fucking team underneath him though right now that's doing everything, like the small stuff that like a producer shouldn't be responsible for, like social clips and all that shit.
He's built a little team, has he?
Yeah, definitely. Footage guy does a good job. Like those guys that run like David and Mary, all those guys do a good job on that shit.
Yeah. So I'm fine with 3 shows a week. 4 would be preferable. But yeah, there's a few Minifans who are desperate for 4 shows a week. And then, surprisingly, the Sunday night show got a lot of love. Is that you?
Yeah,
Is that Uber Eats?
I just have to turn notifications off.
Was that Uber Eats? Because I get the same one.
Yeah, right. It did sound like the Uber Eats notification.
Or Tinder sounds the same as well.
Oh, really? What does Grindr sound like? Gotcha.
Ask Quinlan or Coleman.
Yeah. We're allies now. We're diversified now.
No, it's great. Well, you had PRC and Quinlan on the last show.
I know.
Probably the most diverse Mike and the Minifans in history.
No, that one time that guy that did all those different accents that were all racist, I would say that was the most diverse.
That's true.
You know, I think that was number 2.
Yeah, what was that guy? Joe Jarchezel?
Yeah, Joe Jarchezel. I think that was Mike and the Minifans number 2. So Mike could go and fuck himself. I've been here since day one, Mike.
You're so arrogant and it's unearned. Unearned arrogance.
I'm just trash talking Mike now.
It's terrible. You know, you let Beanbag Ron and all these people into your head and it inflates your ego. That's the issue.
Let's see if this works.
Welcome to Manners Live.
718.
If we can get the
I didn't test it.
What was the problem tonight, Manners? What did I do wrong? Where can I do better?
Oh, it's Quinlan.
You're fine. I just think it's nice that you graced us with your presence and, you know, the way you're able to lecture the fellow panelists on what makes a good show and stuff. I thought, you know, it was nice that you spent some time with us.
No, I was actually sharing my opinions on the show because, like, I enjoy listening to the show. It wasn't lecturing anybody. It was actually just giving my perspective of how I've seen the show, and I've really enjoyed the show lately. I think you're looking at the next producer of the Kirk Minihane Show right now. So you know what? I was just sharing my enjoyment. No, not that bad. I was just showing my enjoyment of what I've seen. So, like, why can't I just be happy? Why can't I just be happy with the show? I wasn't lecturing anybody. If I was making it about me, you little Australian bitch, I would have had myself as one of the producers. But I made you one of the producers because that's a more realistic candidate. I tried playing the game tonight in a realistic world. And you're criticizing that. You're reaching. It was a great show tonight. And I'm so proud of the CEO that exists on this network. He has led us through some tumultuous times. And nothing has ever changed. So respect it and respect the work that has been done. Okay?
Oh,
thanks, Gilroy. See, Quinlan has no idea how he comes across. Like he's one of those guys that has no self-awareness. Like
Quinlan
when he's sitting there
first and saying, "I'm not making this about myself," and going on that rant. If Justin ever has a mental breakdown, and if I ever have any say, and I get hired, and Justin has a mental breakdown, I'm hiring Tyler Quinlan. That's my pick. I love Tommy.
Absolutely. Great guy. But he just doesn't have any sort of self-awareness of how he comes across. Which is
That's
fine.
good. Look at you.
What are you talking about? I'm completely self-aware.
All right. Fair enough. Whatever.
So anyway, Sunday night seems to be a popular show. That was from my scheduled tweet. So everyone a lot of people seem to enjoy the Sunday night show. And I think it's obviously, if you work Monday to Friday, you probably can't watch the show live. So it gives you a chance. It's also a great night to take calls. But I guess during football season, would that be a deal breaker for Justin? Because he's, obsessed with the Pats. So
I heard somebody say, like, we wanted to record a show and it was like, we've decided Sundays at 1, and they're like, well, not during football season. I was like, grow the fuck up, dude. Like, if you're on the team, cool. If you're not, what's the difference, dude? Like, watch it on your phone on the show. I don't honestly care. It's just, if you're a grown man and you can't do something because the football game's on, get the fuck out of my kitchen, kid. Sorry.
No, I 100% agree with you. And you're right, watch it on delay. It's not, yeah, definitely. So I'm with you on that one. So I think Sunday nights might be something to consider to bring back. I think 4 shows a week to bring back would be excellent. It does seem like we've unintentionally hit producer search 2024. Kirk was sort of going through the DMs. We've got some people coming in next week. I have to say, I'm not particularly excited about this producer search. The last one was a complete failure. Obviously, we had Gus and Coleman hardly lasting any time. But what have you done, John? I mean, have you sent Kirk the DM or another follow-up letter? Or?
I sent the one that said I was interested, which I don't think he read, and he called me. And then since then, we have talked face-to-face, basically, with the glass wall in between us, which is probably smart. 508. Go ahead.
508. You're with me.
John, you realize it's just because you're friends with a Jay that you're not on the show?
Am I? What's that?
Because you're friends with Jay, you're not on the show. Is that it?
Do I think that? Yeah. Yeah, I know that. I don't even think it. I know it.
Yeah,
so drop them.
So you need to and that's what it is. I mean, I love Jay.
But I understand, but if they want me to take a job that I have to say I don't like a friend, like that's, I think I got to reconsider, I mean, Jay is Jay. What's he going to do to you? He's harmless. Sure. I've met him hundreds of times. I can control Jay. I know I can.
Great. And I can as well. At live shows, he's completely fine. It's cool. This and that. He just stinks, but that's the reason. You're
100%. I agree with you. I couldn't agree anymore.
Yep.
All right, thanks.
That was a great connection by that guy.
Show, I mean, it's like, what the fuck?
Hold on. Good call. He's on. He's right. He's right.
I don't think it's that. Have you said to Kirk, I can be in Watertown producing by this date? This is the first time
I've ever heard the anything, like any details about it. So what can I say other than showing up when they ask me to? That's all I've been doing since day one. Is if they ask me to go in, I go in.
You can message him every day and say, I want the job. I want the job. When do you need me in Watertown? When do you need me in Watertown?
I don't have that kind of relationship with Kirk, man. I'm not. There's some guys that just don't like me. It's understandable. It's okay. I could work for guys I don't like. My dad, like my dad doesn't like me.
Okay, expand.
No, I'm kidding. He likes me.
People are asking about the chat. Have I been ignoring the chat?
I dropped off because I don't like football. I like football, but it's like I'm not into people who are like, oh, I can't, dog. That's when the fucking Niners are on. It's like, bro, that's like saying like, dude, no, I can't do something later. Batman's on because I'm a big Batman fan.
You're right. Yeah.
That's what it sounds like to me.
One of the most sensible things you've ever said.
Yeah, like there's things that I like. I would do that for Carm, and people would say that's pretty dumb. So but that's what I do, So it is what it is.
Romantic guy.
I am. I don't like people that are bigger than me. So football was kind of. Yeah.
So I wonder who the favorite is to get this new job.
Got a caller.
Okay, caller. Hello, welcome to Manners Live. We take calls. 781. You're with Manners.
Hey, Freddie Lynn here.
Hey, Freddie.
Hey, Freddie. How are you, buddy?
Are you guys taking criticisms?
Definitely.
Yeah, go for it. Spit it out, you chump.
Your move, sir.
So Kane goes on a cruise, and you can't run 3 up, 3 down with a different crew. What the hell is that?
We just had a week off, Freddie. Freddie. How many shows have you done lately, you big soft cock? Go fuck yourself, honestly. Go sit and twist, you piece of shit. We had a week off. Kane has done an amazing job. You think you can just pull canes off a tree? You think canes are growing on trees? Oh, yeah, I'll just get a new cane to do the show.
Yeah, what are you going to say about
fucking this moron, Freddie? Freddie, I want to see you do something, you piece of shit.
Hey, man,
giggling like a little girl, John. This is your network too.
I've been asking to go on 3 Up 3 Down.
Well,
and your
love
boy,
to see you on.
ERC,
Love to see you
Get
on.
out of town. Get out of town. Wait, you haven't been allowed on 3 Up 3 Down. A guy who reaches out to everyone in the DMs or like on the timelines asking people to go on. You have not been allowed on. Is that true?
Yes, I'm stonewalled.
That's
Oh.
bullshit. Bullshit.
Oh my
DMs. No one stonewalls anybody. You're just lying. You did never do
on 3
anything.
Up 3 Down
And they
next
take
week.
1 week down and 1
Good
week
call,
off,
Freddie.
and you're crying like a little baby.
Oh, we got 908. Call back,
John,
Freddie.
I'm not done.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Call back, Freddie. We have more than enough time. 908.
Yeah, how do you get a link to this fucking show?
Oh, Montante. Do you want Montante on? I'm sure.
Sure.
You do. Okay, I'll give you the link now. I'm sorry I asked Menners if you could come on.
Well, this man is live.
It is Menners live though.
Trust me, I know that. Yeah.
Okay, bye. Montante, I couldn't say, like, couldn't be more proud of Montante. Getting sales and stuff for a podcast is so hard. And just to do it like third party.
Don't be condescending to him.
I'm not
He
being
runs rings around
condescending.
you as a salesman.
What do you mean?
You don't need to like.
That's what I'm saying.
So proud
I
of
couldn't-
him. Who are
I
you to be
couldn't
proud
do
of
that.
anybody? Who are you to be proud of anybody?
That's true, I guess. That's also true.
You should look up to Montante.
I do.
That's what you
I'm
should do.
saying that. I just said it's so hard to get fucking podcast sales.
Mm. Poor guy was never ever getting a
That you've
job.
never gotten one, but you have a
producing a
business based
podcast.
off it.
I've never had what? Sorry,
A sale. You ain't never sold
lie.
2 eggs.
It's a lie. NordVPN.
You got 781.
781. Welcome to Manners Live, hosted by Manners. BA's away this week.
Hey, Freddie Lynn here.
Sorry.
Hey, Freddie.
Sorry,
hey,
Freddie.
Freddie. Hey, oh, sorry, baby.
I got a list of 15 topics, and you hung up on me after one.
Yeah, it makes us.
Why don't you
look
do a
better.
show? Why don't you record a show and send it to me, you pussy? If you got so much to talk about.
I'll send it to you.
Yeah, that's you got.
Or send it to John. Put it on either network, you
Yeah.
maggot.
Nice. You just slipped that one by. Freddie, I'll let you go. It's all you.
Yeah, let him go. Fucking no, let him go. Shit can this guy.
I find it interesting that Kane's away. 3 Up 3 Down doesn't air, and Ted Sarandis doesn't tweet out his
Freddie, that's a great point.
performance of the network.
It's a great
Imagine,
point.
imagine
What's
Kane
that?
was
Is
Ted.
that Kane?
That would be
Although I don't know
fucking
Kane-
wild.
I don't know if Kane is smart enough to put complete sentences together like Ted Sarandis does, but it's interesting to think about.
Ted Sarandis has let me know that he's narrowed down to a rundown fan. So when the rundown guys are upset, Ted's upset. So it's easy to kind of pin him
Can
down.
we move on, please? This is boring.
Okay, Freddie,
Freddie's
next
killing the
question.
show.
All right, Manners, you said September 2nd. You tweeted September 2nd. You could be in Watertown. Are you pretending to want the job, or is this another bit?
No, if Kirk flies me over, I will be there ready to go.
I will work.
For a trial and a negotiation, then I will come back and make the
And
move.
if that's, I will figure out a way.
And I was going to send
Your
Kirk
love
a
for the
deal.
show is- Your love for the show is not unconditional. It's conditional based on if someone buys you a plane
And
ticket.
Andy gets a visa. Jesus.
Freddie, it's a job. It's a job. I'm treating this seriously. Unlike John or the
I am.
plumber guy or Justin or Coleman or any of these producers in the past, this would be my life. And
John Bales.
you know what? The way you start a relationship really is important. If I'm there like groveling and I fly myself across the world to do a job interview, that's just pathetic. I mean, in big business, if you want someone, if you want to headhunt someone, you fly them over, you get sweet talk them, you interview them. Kirk should be fucking begging me to produce his show, not the other way around. And that's the difference between me and John and all these other little fucking losers.
Freddie.
Two more things.
Wait.
And the other,
call back in.
can I just say, I was going to send Kirk a DM outlining some of these demands, but I know he'll just read it out on the show. He'll just.
Definitely.
So
Yeah,
I'm better off just showing it here. Like, fly me over. I will do a week trial. We will negotiate. It will change your life. It
We
will,
gotta call
will
it.
change Kirk's life. Kirk will never be
Call it.
more successful than he will be if I was his producer.
I know you are, Freddie. Do you want to
Can we
keep
get rid of Freddie?
All right, sorry, I have to drop you now.
You guys a yapper, fucking loser.
He could call back in though.
He's got the audacity.
508, you're up.
Fucking criticize Kane.
Hey, Mike.
Kill yourself, Freddie.
Well, relax.
Paco.
Hey,
man, there's John. This is Paco, man. Hey, trying to get in touch with Harry Minihane, man. He owed me $200 for ecstasy, man.
Oh,
Give me
wow.
his beach. They buy shit from me.
I'm not sure this is true.
Man.
I'm not sure this is
Get
true.
out of town, really? Kids are getting into ecstasy that early? That's not funny, dude. That's Coach.
When did you start, Montante?
$200, man.
When did I start what? Ecstasy? Never done it.
Yeah.
Never done
And
it.
he goes, hey, man, you can fuck my fat bitch, man.
All right.
Who is this? Who is this? What am I missing?
Good call. We got another 508.
Let's stop looking at my phone. Freddie made me bored.
Go ahead.
Hey guys, can you hear me better now?
A little bit. You're kind of crackling up. Move away from your phone.
Fucker.
No, I could hear you now. Fucker. Don't get mad.
Guys, wow. Because I was
This is a disaster.
Yeah, we can't hear. Call back in. He might be on speakerphone or something.
John, you really need to improve your technical skills if you're gonna.
I don't think he has to. I don't think he has to worry about that. There's something in Kirk's brain. He wants zero part of John.
Yeah, see, Mike's
also,
right.
be honest. Be honest. You're saying if I gave you true serum tonight, you don't actually want the job. You're in the sweet spot right now, saying that you do it.
No. I'm full in now. It's full. Like you have to. I'm as full in as I was when the producer search was on. Since I guess it's on again, and I'm just competing against plumbers.
There's a chance that he shows up Monday. He's like, oh, by the way, like, thank you for flying in Dan Hale, or his name is.
Mike. So why on Thursday night then? Why on Thursday night, if you wanted the job, John, did you sit on your fat ass doing Meeting the Minds instead of getting in your fucking car and driving to Watertown and being there for yesterday's show?
That. I have things to do.
And then not for nothing. You can say the same thing about you. Why don't you just fucking fly into the States?
I'm not going to fly across the world.
Okay, well, he's not going to drive.
If it came down to I would never be allowed back on, and this would have ruined my chances ever by not showing up, I would have been there in a heartbeat.
Okay.
And trust me, I'll be there as soon as I can. But it's like people who are like Mayo today tweeting, it's like, if John's not there today, he doesn't want the job. It's like, Mayo, then stop texting me 45-minute long paragraphs about John.
Poor bastard.
He's
sorry to hear
that. We got a caller, 508.
508. You're with Menace and Montanze.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, yeah. Beautiful.
Oh, excellent. So how does it feel, do you think, for Blind Mike to be getting $5,000 in super chats on a Sunday morning? He is killing the show. He can leave. He can go on his own.
No. These two things coincide.
Yeah.
He's not getting $5,000 super chats. So he's not going in there once or twice a week.
And if
What do you mean he's getting $5,000 super
he did
chat?
that super chat day where he had all his fans donate.
$5,000 in super chats 2 weeks ago.
Good on him.
Coleman got $5,000 the day before he quit.
He celebrated and slept in. I don't blame him.
Yeah, it's a good move.
Fucking
I would have done
third of his salary.
Blind Mike will never leave.
He shouldn't.
Mike will never leave, but he can get his money now, man. He got $5,000 the other day.
He is.
Look it up on YouTube.
But you don't see the connection between the two. It's not hard to connect. Not
Of course I do, but I also see the connection between Carl and the Stuttering John universe.
Yeah, but he doesn't squeeze that in. He doesn't squeeze that in our faces one bit. Mike's humble about it.
No, that being said, I've seen his live shit, and probably only a third of it are people I recognize. So he does have an audience outside of KMS.
He built his own audience, and he could spend a day where trying to get donations and make $5,000.
That's what I'm saying. Like he'll always. That's why I love Mike. He'll always love Kirk for that reason, and he's just doing his thing. He doesn't need to be there, and he still is, and he's still going to The Dakotas, the dude's a fucking goat.
But that being said, if he didn't benefit in any way or fashion, he's not going to from KMS. He's not showing up.
He said since day one, since before he made $1 off of it, it's like the benefit is that like the way Kirk brings it up is perfect every time. It's like that fucking podcast you got the ad for, like how you get 1 or 2 good clips of that, and
the
you
one he's supposed to do reads for the last 2 weeks and hasn't done one. Yeah. Same.
Yeah.
The last, yeah, well, it's the last show of each week. It's my fault too. I was supposed to let Justin know to reinforce it. It's okay.
Yeah.
We're all human. The guy Joe Kelly doesn't give a fuck. He's very relaxed. So I'm not.
I know, like 4 Joe Kellys.
Well, I feel like
so shout out Blind Mike fans. See this podcast feed, WEI podcast. If you find that, it still has 40 episodes of Blind Mike's trash talk from when he was at EEI, and there's like 3 or 4 episodes of him with Lucy Burge.
Wow. Go ahead, caller.
John and Montante, are you guys going to Saka?
Yes.
Oh, you
Why
are?
didn't you ask me?
All right, see you there. Cameo Blind Mike, baby. We'll see you there.
I'm playing golf Wednesday, this upcoming Wednesday with I think Cinema, Snoopy, the only Asian Minifan listener, and what's the name? Peltier. Should be a good time.
Oh, Peltier. So under the radar, I've been trying to find somebody that has a Toyota, like works at a Toyota dealership. Because the fact. Okay, yeah, I'm sorry, it is your show.
Let's keep going. No, keep going.
No, you have to bring it home. Finish the story.
Yeah, he wants to trade his Mercedes in for a Toyota. I just want to like follow through on that. I really want to see if we could follow through on that.
Matters that get to you to where okay.
Yeah, I can't wait. See, here's the deal. Like that's the problem. I have a fear of that. Like I take over the show and it's just like hundreds of listeners.
There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, it is what it is.
If there was a man who could bring the show to a halt, though, it would be you.
I know.
I know.
Talk about yourself a bit more, John.
I know. I just won't talk.
With the Lucy Burge v. this Taylor, obviously Montante's all over this. His semen is all over multiple phone screens looking at Taylor's.
She's bouncy, man. Ooh,
she is bouncy. I have a real soft spot for Lucy Burge. You know, listening to her on EI 10 years ago as this young, innocent woman. And I think, though, she's got this wrong. Like, you can't walk along with your phone and give tips and then criticize some other woman.
She came off as a pretentious cunt, acting like this was her own thing. Well, then the girl came back like a loser. She handled it terribly too. Both these people handled it terribly. What this world needs, right? We got Israel, Palestine, we got Ukraine. We need more people babbling about gambling tips while their tits bounce. We need way more of these, not less.
Lucy is a queen and she knows branding, and that's how you start right there. You say that's fucking mine, and she looked at that girl and those big old cannons that girl has, and she's like, "That's mine."
if her tits were not so intimidating, she's not saying anything. Those are intimidating tits. Those are
shit. That dude fucking Kings of the jungle.
Lucy's way hotter than Taylor.
She is. She's
5'8". Can you hold off on the callers for what my point is?
Hold on, caller.
This is done really well for Taylor. Like now, everyone's talking about Taylor. You know the way Portnoy works. Taylor will be a barstool very, very.
No,
quickly.
she handled that.
This
gave Rico a little kick in the caboose. He's handled that very well.
But I just feel Lucy just played it so badly. Like, you just for a smart woman, and she's really smart. She should have known. You can't say that giving tips to a phone is my idea. Like, how dumb can you be to think that? Oh, you're walking when you do it. Like,
imagine trying to fuck your way to the top, and you fuck your way to the top, and you just don't get to the top. Like, she probably thought there'd be some payoff by fucking Curtis. She's like that. Nope.
Caller.
That's tough.
587.
I do like Lucy though.
She didn't sleep with Curtis. I know that for a fact.
Holy
you don't know that for
Montante. It's been a while, Montante. You can't block me here, you big pussy.
Is this Boner Jams?
This is Boner Jams. He's calling the Indian boys calling in from Canada. What's up, Boner Jams?
Nunez, do you want to ref a 1v1 here? Because I got that pussy. You can't block and cry behind a block. You big
he took his screen off.
Keep in mind, by the way, Boner James is hiding behind a Boner. I don't think Boner James is his legal name. I could be
He's
wrong.
good at hiding behind pictures, though. He's good at it.
So I don't
cry. I don't cry there.
I'm not crying either.
What's going on? One time thing.
What else do you have? Is this it?
From 10 down to 1 in a minute.
John, let's bin Boner. Let's bin. But this isn't meeting of the minds.
Great call. Boner Jams, great call. Thank you. Try again. Try again.
IT specialist.
Video yourself slitting your wrists, please, and send it to me. Well, video with one, like you do one like that.
That is a tough ask.
That is actually a tough ask. You probably need a stand.
You need a tripod. Beanbag Ron got a tripod today.
Quinlan's got a tripod.
Yeah.
Did you say that was a 508 number? That's
no, it was something weird.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Oh, jeez, I hate Don the Jeweler. Like that guy is a piece of shit.
What do we got in the comments?
A fucking piece of shit.
Do you think whoever Don the Jeweler has ever appeared on any shows? Do you think he's someone that we would know?
Yeah, I think it's a combination of Red, Ziggy. Like it's a few people. It's not one.
Oh, you think there's multiple people behind the account?
It is. No, it's been confirmed. Red's one of them. Ziggy's one of them. There's a couple of other people.
It hasn't been confirmed. You
I don't
can't.
think it's been confirmed anywhere, to be honest.
But I have multiple sources who are digging deep.
Sources.
Yep, absolutely. There are some real tech wizards in the Minifan world.
Shut up with your conspiracy.
Do you want to know a very pathetic moment that I had about 3 or 4 weeks ago? So Ziggy, we'll call him Ziggy here, it'd be nice.
Joel.
Whoa.
Correct. He had some annoying little comment towards me, and I know that it bothers him when he says his name Joel. So I was like, I quote tweeted his thing. I was like, oh, Joel's at it again. And 2 seconds later, he's fucking DMing me. He's like, oh, you want to do this? Dude, shut up. You can't have it both ways. It's a first name. It's a first name, buddy. Relax. The worst. But what's pathetic about it is I actually took down the tweet. And I wish I did. He won. I'm a pussy.
I wish I had his last name. I'd give his last name.
I do have that. You asked for it, and I didn't give it to you because I'm a classic
Can you give it to me? What is it?
After a couple more pops, text me in about an hour. We'll see.
Yeah, piece of shit.
718, you're welcome for being.
Just throws daggers. He goes through people's Facebook and private pages to get shit, but then he cries like a little bitch because he works in media somewhere. He's got some shitty office job in a media company.
These are your callers.
I should fuck off.
You can't just aggressively attack your callers.
It's one way to handle it.
718.
Montante, you're a fucking idiot.
Who's this?
Like, how do you not think this? Why is Lucy Virgin the wrong? It's blatant gimmick infringement.
Can you get off speakerphone, you fucking loser? You think a radio professional would know how to pick up a phone? You fucking.
That's a radio professional act number one.
Such
is
an arrogant prick.
The caller's connection.
An arrogant prick puts his phone down in front of him and he just talks to it from 3
callers,
feet away.
Don't let him. You are on speakerphone. It's much better.
Thank you.
Yeah, but we should all wait. We should all wait.
Is 100% in the right. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous that you're acting this way.
Oh, this is Quinlan. Oh, you don't care. What do you care about fucking women shaking their tits, getting out gambling?
Walking around with
this. Think of it, dude. What are you talking about? Of course he cares. Of course he cares.
Hold on. Gimmick infringement is gimmick infringement.
Gimmick infringement.
Listen,
you
stole Mick's whole bit about making steaks. So
Quinlan, I stand by it. I stand by gimmick and whatever you call it.
Holy Christ, you can't say it.
Gimmick infringement. Yeah, I stand by it.
There is no integrity in gimmick infringement. None whatsoever.
I guess not.
You literally stole my content. I'm literally bringing in numbers by showing off my body, and you think, oh, wow, I've got great picks. Let me start walking down the street and showing them off while telling you horrible betting picks. What's the benefit of it? It's not like Lucy's a great bettor.
For what it's worth, I don't think Lucy has great tits. She's just pretty.
Anyone who does gambling content is hanging on the edge of a cliff.
Quinlan, what are you prancing around Provincetown right now? What are you doing?
Quinlan,
I'm in Providence. I'm in Providence. I'll be down in the gay district in a little bit. Is that what you want to hear?
Keep
Can I just keep Quinlan on for 1 second?
Okay, go ahead.
Quinlan, you said on Mike and the Minifans, this is the hottest the KMS show has ever been. It's the best it's ever been. Are you crazy?
No, I think this is because if you take everything in that's happened so far this year, you can't miss a show every week.
It's been like that for 5 years.
Yeah. That statement stands since the beginning of the show. So it's not a good argument.
I will say this, Quinlan.
Sure, but I mean, I feel like I think they're hitting this. Like, come on, we had Justin in the middle of Canopy Lake Park where Trump gets shot, and Justin's putting out some of the best content.
Quinlan's right.
I was
Quinlan's
furious.
right.
No, he's
Quinlan's
not.
right.
I was furious Trump gets shot, but the only thing that made me happy that day was watching Justin riding the Skyway, finding out that Trump got shot. He goes, oh, like it's that's why Justin's the perfect producer. Like it's just like that's the stuff that makes the show so great. Like he's in fucking Canopy Lake Park, Trump gets shot, and he's putting out just the best content possible.
That was a good moment. Quinlan, do you know why he hates?
Thanks,
no, it's not. Do you know? Shut up. Well, then host your own show. If I'm stomping all over you. Do you know why Kirk hates you? Is there anything behind the scenes?
I have another caller.
You hung up on him?
Is Tommy gone?
He's gone.
What the fuck, John?
I didn't hang up on him.
Huh?
You hear me?
Yeah.
Anyway, because my thing is, just hold on to this. The thing is, there's no coincidence that Tommy has dipped back into the world since he's got a promotion in his radio show. So he's clearly only dipping back into KMS to try and get some listeners for his radio show to keep him relevant.
No, that's stupid. That's a dumb take.
Why? Kirk's audience is huge in Maine. That's where he's doing his show.
No, he's not, dummy. You said this the other day. He's in fucking Providence. That's in Rhode Island. You cannot get his show in Maine.
So, all right.
Other than that,
he's in Providence. But Providence is a huge Minifan community.
What kind of queer would work in Maine? No, he's in Providence, P-Town.
Okay. So there's a huge Minifan community there. So it's a weird coincidence that he's got this new position, and then all of a sudden he's waving his arms around.
Terrible point.
Go ahead, caller.
Hey, Freddie Lynn here.
Hey, Freddie.
Enough. How many times?
One more.
Hey, two things. If I get.
Go ahead, Freddie.
Go on, Fred.
I got to
Hey, two things. If I get through both, maybe I'll get to my third. First of all, congratulations to Luke McKay on his transition. Very proud. Good job, Luke.
I'm proud of him too.
It's actually illegal. That's illegal to do in West Virginia, so I know that's not true.
Are you next, Freddie?
Me?
Montante, the facial hair is on point. It looks good. Can you give us a preview or a tease for what you're going to give as an update to the golf tournament when you go on the show next Wednesday?
It's just short and sweet. 72 people scramble. The first 72 people who DM me are going to be in. In theory, I think out of those 72, which the list is full, probably 25 of them won't be able to play. So I'm looking for another 25 to fill in. All I need in the DMs is first, last name. That's it.
Has that been put out there publicly? Do people know that that's how they get in?
Yeah, he's gonna do it next week, Freddie. You just said to him, "What are you going to say next week?" And he says it, and then you go, "Have you put it out yet?" You're a fucking retard.
That is a wild move.
Blow yourself up.
Yes,
whoa.
Hold on, 360. Freddie.
All right, last thing. How many? Okay, hypothetically, let's say the Saco Drive-In only allows.
Do you know what that means, even Freddie? Hypothetically.
Listen. Just let me fucking get to it.
Well, if you were more interesting, I would.
Just talk over him. You're good.
Spit it out.
Are there more tickets sold for Steve's show, or there are more tickets unsold for Kirk's show?
Get off. Fuck off, honestly.
Sorry, Freddie.
Get rid of him.
I'd probably say unsold, right? If we're going to be accurate.
Kirk's show is shitting all over Steve's. I mean,
yeah, but I'm saying there's probably 2,000 or 2,000 open tickets. There's probably 40 tickets sold to Steve's. There's probably 45.
I don't think there's 2,000 cars going to Soccer.
People saying show.
Well, how many? Okay, that's actually probably a pretty good point.
How am I
That's a really good point, actually. How many do you think there are then? In all reality,
I've never been. You guys have been.
800?
I don't know. I've never been.
Never been. How many?
There's never been.
There'd be a few hundred. There'd be a few hundred. I don't think it'd be.
No, more than that.
360.
There's more than 500 cars there.
No, you're not.
Yes, lay it up. Yeah, you might be right.
360.
Good evening.
Hey, good afternoon, gentlemen. Morning, Mentors.
Good morning.
Greetings from the Pacific West. Don't know how many of us are out here in KMS world, but I just wanted to call in and support the free market with these gals that walk with their tits out. The free market will decide. Quinlan, retarded. You can't steal.
Well, no, he's not. He's gay. He's not retarded.
Yeah,
someone say the same.
I mean, at least say. He's in it for
It could be cock, it could be tits. It doesn't matter. The principles are the principles.
Quinlan's corner that market.
It's like the cream will rise. The cream will rise to the top. This is the point.
Okay. Okay.
I certainly did when I was watching the videos.
That's what I'm saying. This is free market principles. Just wanted to shout that out.
Amen.
From Idaho. So this is the first Idaho call. So
There you go.
Keep up the good work, gentlemen.
Awesome.
Thanks for calling in. See, that's what KMS is missing out on.
Also, I don't know if that's the first Idaho caller ever, but I like that he claimed it. That's what Lucy Burge did, and that's why it's gimmick infringement. Tommy,
there's some other caller right now, just like blowing up at home. I called in first. I'm from Idaho. Fuck you.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You can't.
Then we get this call and put out a video.
That guy is confirmed. He's the only.
Sorry, I didn't mean it.
I'm not even gonna bring this up. No one's gonna care.
No, go ahead. Now you see that's good.
Yeah. We were discussing who the top Minifan in North Carolina was the other day.
No, you're right.
You're right.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've got some.
I'm actually happy how bad you guys look making that joke out.
So I've got some notes here. I found it wild this week. Mutt's whole, like the whole piece of the puzzle for Mutt. The fact that he's saying he literally has no money saved for his kid's college fund, which I don't want to like be a snob or anything. Like
you're trying to shame him, but it is crazy.
Yeah, so he says that publicly. So okay, you've said that. Then he's being offered a job as a part-time producer to get paid 40 or 50 grand to go into KMS 3 times a week. And he's such a pussy and he's so selfish. He puts all of that ahead of his family and doesn't take the job. It's maddening. And then he moves on to a scam that Montante wouldn't even think is a good idea. Like ice machines. But ice machines in 2024 are terrible because the way the economy is moving, it's going to be an app on your phone soon and you'll just click on it and you have ice at your front door. Like, there's no way in 5 years people are going to ice machines in their car to load up. So, I mean,
money and vending.
It is so sad. Yeah, that's different, John. But you put vending machines places, and people need shit. Like ice, I don't think is as as popular. You have it when it's a party. You have it in summer when you throw a case of beer in there. But so I just think the whole thing is wild. That he's such a pussy. Like, I would dream to be in his opportunity to live near KMS, to have Kirk, hey, here's a part-time job for 40, 50 grand a year. You can still do your other stuff. Yeah. I would take that job tomorrow if I was him.
The one thing that was kind of crazy is like obvious point that Kirk made to just expose the whole thing is like, all right, like when I started Montante's World, it was for a clear goal. It didn't work, but it was for a shot at a job like KMS. What is the point of Mudstack if you're going to get an opportunity that kind of was kept alive during Mudstack and not take it? There's no point. Like, what are you doing this to what end? Right? And he said in the past, and maybe he's not lying, that he wouldn't do Barstool. Then why are you doing Mudstack? Well, what's the point? So it actually makes no sense. And realistically, if he takes the KMS job, he could be fired in 2 years from now. He could be fired next week. But if Portnoy likes him and he gets fired, if he realistically gets fired, but Portnoy likes him, they do a thing on the Unnamed show. Mutt comes on, and Portnoy goes, you know what, Mutt? I know you got fired. Kirk's a fucking crazy person. They go back and forth. I like you. How about coming on just with Barstool and
like, Portnoy impression?
Yeah, just take the fucking job. You could get fired next week, but you'd end up at Barstool. But he said in the past he doesn't want Barstool. So I don't know what the fuck the end game is here. There's no end game.
Because the simple economics are, if you're Portnoy, Mutt can actually make you money with his horse racing stuff. It's very niche. No, it's very niche, but the people, like, obviously line it up with sponsors, with DraftKings, whoever who has the horses books. But if, like, he's in a niche which can be really valuable in this situation. Like, I could be the niche cricket guy at Barstool eventually. But the thing is, what I don't understand with Mutt is he should say to Kirk, I'll come and work for you, but let's say, I really want to expand the horse racing stuff. And maybe eventually I move on from KMS to just doing the horse racing for Barstool. But this is kind of the first step.
Yeah, if he went to Kirk and said, hey, listen, I'll try to, realize, figure out how to pull clips. I'll pay attention. I'll try to bring stories. But if there's horse races and shit, I might, be away for a day or two. Kirk's okay with that. Kirk understands that the show would be way better with him as a normal part of the show, a paid member of the show. He gets that. So all the leverage now is with Mutt, and Mutt just has I don't know if you put a gun to Mutt's head, how do you want to make a living for the rest, the next 25 years? I don't know what his answer would be.
Selling ice. That's what he wants to do.
Sell ice, yeah.
Hey guys.
Hey.
Hey, Freddie.
Hey, listen. So you guys are three of my favorite people in the world, but you're all being fucking pussies, and I'm kind of sick of it. I'm sorry.
God, hang up on Danny from the record, this fucking cocksucker. Hang up on me.
Wait, why am I being a pussy, Danny?
I asked you to send him the link, John.
Montante, you want to suppress free speech? Okay,
When,
great.
when it's coming from you, yes. I'll make an exception.
Keep going, Danny. I want to know I'm a pussy.
Cool. Because all three of you have the opportunity of a lifetime, and obviously Menners has the longest ball in the tent. Not that he has a big dick, but it's going to be the biggest work for him to get over there.
Yeah, he doesn't have a boat.
John, come on. You were in the studio. You were saying, I want to do it. Like, we all want you to do it. Mike, you just brought up how you were doing Montante's World to try to get a job. You had a chance to get a job, and now you have another chance. And now you're not even trying to take it. Like,
things change. Things change. Yeah, let me uplift my life, make a third of the money, and work at a job I'll be fired from in a month. No shot. No, it was a one-time thing. No shot.
Danny, shut up. Danny, shut up.
And do your goddamn show.
Danny, shut up for a second. Montante gave it his all. He came last in the producer search. And then when Clemmer read out the 10 next candidates, he forgot Montante.
This part's not fair because my hat has not been in the ring for over a half.
But what I'm saying is, Montante, you gave it. What I'm saying is, you gave it your all. No regrets.
Right.
Like, it's like a sports game. You
I did what I could.
Left nothing out there.
Read the Bible. The last is now first. The first is now last.
Amen, baby. Danny, I just want to say I do want it. I'll be there as fast as I can.
Even when you say it, I feel like you don't mean it.
He doesn't mean it.
I don't really mean anything I say.
Yeah, here we go. See, that's why you'll never get a job.
So Monday morning, Robbie V is on the show.
I know.
That's John
Negotiate your contract.
Me and him talked today.
Have him Robbie's a wonderful negotiator.
Me and
you
Robbie.
guys should talk it out. Yeah, just make it work.
I know.
Make it work. If you want to make it work,
I'm going to be there on Monday, Danny.
Why can't you go there on Monday, Danny?
Well, perfect.
Are you going to be there Monday, Danny?
It is disability day.
I will be out of town. I apologize.
God damn it. It's
Look,
okay.
I got fired. I'm unemployed. I don't have my computer anymore.
Danny, did you actually get fired?
He did. He asked me for a job.
Yeah, I actually.
I didn't know. You mentioned that a few months back. That I'm sorry to hear that.
Danny, you'd be a great producer.
No, I was joking because I thought it might happen, and it actually did. So I don't have a phone. I don't have a computer. I'm calling in from a payphone, actually around the corner from John and Scranton. But
yeah, dude, you could come back in whenever. It's raining. You know I'm being rain.
No,
All right, Danny. I have two callers.
I would love to see all three of you guys in there every day. Just
real
the show is it's we need you guys every day.
I'll be in there once every 3 months. That's much. I'll do ads, or I won't get. John, can I come clean real quick with something? Real quick, forget the calls. Real quick, I have 10-second thing.
Danny, call back.
I wanted to rip you for the fucking rain thing. That day, I guess when the rain came this way, it was the following day. I was playing golf. I had to run off the course. I got trapped driving home from flash floods. The rain was so intense.
Really?
And that was the same day. I wanted to shit talk you and call you a fucking pussy. That the next day, a rainstorm that was raining for 20 minutes kept me in a single location for 2 hours.
I have frustration issues, dog. Like I see red, and if I'm driving and I see red, I'm going home. I'm going back home.
Yeah,
that's what I did. What happened?
Maybe you were not as wrong as I thought you were on that.
That's another thing. You have a caller on here, and we'll get to him. But it's the other thing is I said, if it was like life or death, and I had to be there, I would have to walk through glass to be there.
Put it this way: if it was your job already, you would have been there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Exactly. 587.
Okay.
I mean, it's a call-in show, man.
Yeah, no. Let's take the call. 587. Hey, Freddie. Is it Freddie again?
No, 587's no.
Who would you rank among the three people talking right now for the producer search, and why?
Oh,
it's from Alberta, huh? It's from Alberta.
Like the three of us, who would be the best producer candidate?
Menners, John, me.
Yeah. Top to bottom and explain why. I have a theory that Montante is just a pussy and too scared to fail, so he just accepts it.
Oh.
But I want to hear your thoughts.
Wow, that's
Okay. Well, you took the words right out of my mouth. Yeah, so I no.
I don't think so. He's a salesman.
I've been failing my whole fucking life. I've messed. What the fuck do you mean? Menners is in a perfect world. Menners is obviously the ideal number
candidate.
one producer. Correct. So you're number one. John is better with the technical shit. You're not.
Montante, shut the fuck up. Shut up, Montante. When you say you were running off the golf course, like, were you waddling? Because there's no way you were full sprint. You can't do that since you were 16.
You say the word.
Is this Boner Jams? It's from Alberta, so it might be. You don't sound as Indian as I thought you'd be, though. This could be. Yeah. Okay.
This is
attaboy, IT boy. Get the fuck rid of. Get rid of this.
Oh, of course. Of course.
Boner Jams has never said an entertaining thing in his whole life, so let's move on.
Boner Jams, I appreciate your calls, buddy.
And John says that to everybody. Like Hitler could call in.
I do. Boner Jams.
Hitler would call in, and John would go, "Oh yeah, he's all right."
But the real answer, though, is we'll take Punjab's call here. Is Menners first? Is John from Strand second?
Are you looking forward to Andy Mayo showing up? Are you looking forward to the Andy Mayo episode?
Yeah.
Yes. All right. Can we move on from Boner? He's boring.
Love you, Boner Jams.
I'm meeting in MIT.
You have to say when. I don't hang up till you say when, unless
That's fine, John.
I did
Thank
it
you.
on Danny.
Andy Mayo is either a fantastic show or you want to kill yourself, and you know within the first 20 minutes. He sets the tone early of what it's going to be.
Yeah.
That being said, I miss him.
I love Mayo. We have another caller, 878.
878. You're with Manners Live, hosted by Montante.
Hey guys, how are you?
I'm doing well.
Danny had a good story about rain.
Okay.
Also, Montante, you honestly think the three of you, like, and Kirk, are going to live 25 more years?
Yeah, I'll be around 25 years. I don't know what the point of that is, but
Damn, I don't. I really don't. So I always.
That's the overs for me.
I'll see 60. So
You think?
That's 28 years. Yeah, I'll be there.
What else you got?
And can anyone honestly, like, think about Menners actually doing the EP job on the show?
Yes.
Yes.
Easily.
Yes.
Why?
Flawlessly. What could you see Coleman doing it? No. Was he good at it? Kinda. Yeah, Menners would be a fucking shoe.
I'd find somebody else. Yeah, but he's not American.
That's true. I'm not.
Yeah, neither was Barack Obama. He's our president.
This is shit, but a bitch with a badge. This is Jake. Don't worry about it.
Is that Jake?
It was Jake.
Jake's fatter than me. What does he fucking talk? By the way,
Jake.
if you walk around America, there are plenty of people fatter than me. So I'm kind of sick of this slant by this fucking.
Yeah, the Americans
Canada.
are big people. Like that's the joke around the world.
Yeah.
Your
Jake's
politics
pretty
are
big.
bad.
It's because our food is fucking filled with nonsense, but that's a difference.
Thanks for calling, Jake.
So I didn't realize like Coke tastes. Our Coke here tastes way different to the Coke. Well, not way different, but it tastes quite a bit different to yours.
Have you ever seen Clayton's World on Instagram or any platforms?
No.
It's a guy with Down syndrome. He's good. He did a whole thing on it. Anyway.
Oh, he's I think
He's a rugby fan. He's a
Robbie
rugby
V show. Sorry.
Next call. Jesus Christ. Jesus.
We
That's
don't
Asperger's. That's a
we
whole
don't
different
have
thing.
another caller. I don't know what he's.
So we have to talk about Robbie V's.
Montante went next caller.
Please. Somebody else calling, so we have to address the elephant in the room. Yeah, something's probably up with Robbie V, but it is what it is.
Why? Who did he say? Why? What happened?
Anyway, so let's move on. I have a note here that I sort of hit the point, and just I want to give context for all the Mincels or the newer Barstool Minifans. I've been listening to the show since Kirk was on EEI. I listened to a lot of EEI, so don't mind the Boston radio talk, or I hadn't minded in the past. But I found this latest Boston news about changes at EEI very uninteresting. I was surprised they spent about 25 minutes talking about it on the show. Like it, even for someone that who came from that world with Kirk, I still found it just boring. And I think they should actually park that. Like no one cares who's on EEI anymore who listens to KMS.
True, but that being said, and I agree with you, I haven't cared about the WEI stuff in maybe ever, but they talk about it so frequently that when it happens, you have to address it. Like when I heard that, was I entertained? Of course not. But I understood that they had to cover it. You know, it would actually be weird. It would be weird if they didn't. For being honest,
I'm so sick of hearing Blind Mike and Kirk. Oh, they should just put some real people on the radio and do some real shows. And we on podcast, we on podcast just say what we mean. Like, yes, that was said 10 years ago. Move on.
John,
the radio station by us also made moves that day. Isn't that weird? I kind of find that weird.
John, play that video, please.
Which one?
Mental
health.
Instagram.
It's all right. Sorry. I'm not a good producer.
Oh,
they probably is it an Odyssey station as well?
We have a Cumulus, we have Odyssey, we have each one of them.
Just specifically the one you said that made changes. Yes. Is it an Odyssey?
Yes.
Okay, obviously they've made changes across the board in Odyssey.
But that's what I mean. It's so weird how radio stations, they just contact every place and like figure it out. Cuts people, like it moves. It's weird.
I don't think that's the way it works, John, and that's why you should.
Why is it across the board? It's not like. I guess all these markets are.
Do you think it's like someone just getting on the phone and whatever? I'm not going to have this.
Yes, that's how business works in America. Not like your Soviet country where they have to call. Yeah, fuck you, Manners.
Facts.
You know what you're talking about.
See, I won't with the political take there. Sorry, Montante.
That works by me.
Well, Montante, curious on your opinion of Timothy Fax.
I was the first one, by the way. You said he sounds like Roan, so Kirk.
Good call.
That's my take. Fuck off of that. He's a good filler. He will not bore you to death. He will not entertain you. He'll get you to where you need to be. Fine with him.
Got a caller.
I liked his comment today that no one had ever thought of. That the reason people are Barstool like KMS now is because it's uncensored, it's raw.
He said that.
Yes.
Facts will by time say some things. That it's very right. I have to. There's a caller. Hold on. 202.
John, play the fucking video.
I don't know which video you're saying.
Go to Instagram, you idiot.
Hey,
okay.
Sorry, I cooled off a little bit. I was just getting a little bit mad. Montante Braves minus 150 was not working out well. So
can we get rid of this caller, please?
Who is it?
Blah 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 blah.
Who is it?
Hey, is this the Beanbag Ron after show?
No,
that's on the Beanbag Ron Network.
That brings up a good point, though. Beanbag Ron Network.
Well, he said he's taking calls after, right?
Yeah.
Oh, is he?
So is he going to take views away, or is he going to?
No, we align with the Beanbag Ron Network.
Do you think I would give a shit if Beanbag Ron was trying to nip at my heels? And if any of you losers went over to watch him go, oh, am I on YouTube? Am I on YouTube? And then, I don't know.
Not a bad impression.
He got all these. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. That's what he said to every question. Just a retard. Another one.
Matters. It was just a test. Just a test. Don't worry about it.
Get a job, Danny.
Just a test.
Oh, damn, dude. Yeah. Come on.
Aww.
John,
I did say to John to send Danny the link.
I don't know what either you said.
John, play the fucking video I sent.
I got it pulled up. Danny, I'm gonna play a video. You can call back.
This is about the Australian Coke you mentioned earlier.
All right, love you.
Manners.
Bye. I'm not.
Shout out you. Hang up on him, please. My boy Clado. I need audio.
Hold on. You need audio.
Pause it. Don't ruin it.
Amazing.
Yeah, no. I've seen
No, Clado's good. Clado's good. Don't this is the John failure. Or you Coke in a bottle. Made me laugh.
I sent that to BA because he went to Europe and came back with one of those bucket hats.
Makes sense. Everything checks out there. That's an authentic video then.
I'm happy we hung up on Danny so we could play that.
You gotta follow Clado. He's a good Australian guy.
It's a good like I said, I saw that earlier today. I love that.
Did you? Oh, you saw that in the wild?
Yeah, I sent it to BA. I thought it was funny.
That's fantastic. That's good to hear.
Yeah.
John, do you have any more callers?
No, nothing. I think Montante should host Menners Live when BA can't be here. He's a good host of it.
Busy.
And he just doxes all the callers, which I love the most.
Well, they hate me. I'll hate you right back, you fucking cocksucker.
So it's Menners Live hosted by Montante.
You know what's funny? When that fucking scumball Boner Jams, I didn't realize I had him on Montante's World. So the whole time I was trying to figure, I was like, who is this fucking scumbag? I knew you're Indian. I know I hate you. I want your I want you dead. And then someone was like, by the way, you had him on Montante's World. I was like, oh, news to me. So,
Menners, I want to bring this up. I think Mincels has to be the kind of like how generations like there's a new there needs to be something new to call this new crop, like Gen Z or something.
Well, you think we need a third generation? So we've got Minifans who came from
everything after
EI.
Survivor.
Then we've got Mincels
Survivor
who jumped on the bandwagon at Barstool, and then you want like a new generation.
What was the name? What are you thinking?
Just know you're from Australia and you're not allowed in any of our clubs.
Gen. I don't know. I'll have to think of something clever for this third name.
Put on the spot.
Yeah, I mean, in the comments.
The Montards.
That's the real feud in the Proud right there. That's people group. I think I'm playing golf with all of them on Wednesday.
At the Sacco show last year, the Montante fans were the most vocal for sure.
Yeah, we were. We had a good group. We had a very good vocal group.
Nothing made me know that
didn't mean anything.
Yeah,
didn't mean anything. Didn't mean a fucking thing. Also, you know what's great about Kirk too is out.
Minifanials.
Let's keep it
Minifanials.
That's certainly not it. It's funny too. Is like Kirk today, like,
millennials.
What Kirk does is he was like,
I would rather call it just Gen X, like just call it something real.
Or
Gen M.
Or just drop that point entirely.
Gen K.
Or just drop the whole thing.
John, what he said today, he does this to you too. He goes, "Oh, Montante like was up front and said he would never be able to figure it out." I was like, "No, motherfucker, that's not."
I know.
I never came close to saying that.
But I
actually did what Colnane said he would do. I said I would have like a fucking moron like Craig come in and help me. But yeah, it is what
because if you were sitting down with Kirk now, you'd say, "Kirk, I've learned to turn on a computer now."
By the way, show me something once, I'll be able to do it. Yeah, I'm not
Montante knows how to screen record now and potentially cut clips.
Wait, no, you're a cocksucker, John. You know what you did the other day? It was a crazy line. You were like, "Yeah, Montante doesn't even produce his own show." Who the fuck would produce that?
I spider-legged my way around that. No idea. I have no explanation for him. It just came out of my mouth.
I'm hanging him up.
It was me being like, I don't know why I would ever just talk shit on Montante right here.
You do it every time. I'm like, oh, he's about to go through a flawless show where he doesn't take a weird random shot at me. You just do it. I'm like, what the fuck?
It's appalling, dude. It's appalling. It's appalling.
You
did it to me, dude. I don't care what anyone says. You hardwired it into me.
That's fair.
Every time I'm brought up when you're there, you're like, yeah, John's a piece of shit.
How do you think Mender's gonna wrap this up? Let's see.
No, he's gonna.
So what's your plan next week, John? Because you could get overtaken next week if you don't do something. Like you've let this opportunity slip through your fingers. So how are you going to grasp it back? Because they're bringing in new people in next week. That John guy who's a radio mogul, whatever, John Hales.
How about this? I'll be there Monday and I'll make Justin sit third chair, and then we'll see how good John Dales is at producing.
Do you have NCAA? Do you guys have NCAA football?
Yeah, dog. I'm enveloped.
Do you have a franchise in it?
I play in the Fonz League.
Can we move?
No. Hey, retard! I'm bringing it. Shut the fuck up for a second. When you're recruiting, there's some recruits that won't look at your school for whatever reason. In Kirk's world, John from Scranton, you're exited. You can't even recruit John. There's just no shot. You can't even recruit the kid.
Rudy, buddy. I've seen Rudy though.
John, as long as you know you'll never get the job, you may be the most qualified. As long as you actually know that, then
maybe there'll be like a hostage type situation where I could get a little bit.
You'd have to use firearms to get hired because you're not going to do it organically.
8-7-8-1. One last caller just to tell Menners to fuck himself.
Johnny, there's a lot of complaints that you're ignoring the chat as the producer of the show.
Calls. I'm not looking at the chat.
Okay, so there you go, Roscoe. It's your man John's.
If you're ignoring Roscoe, you're doing something right.
He can do two things at once with calm, I'm sure.
Hey.
If not, I'll help.
Hi, this is New England Media Giants, Tom Shattuck.
I'll leave this is Tom.
Hey, Montante, have you heard the conspiracy theory that the Democrats are
All right, let's wrap this.
Was that Danny?
Yeah, it was. He needs to get a job. He needs to get a job.
Get help.
Thanks, everybody, for this Eat to Men's Live. You're the best, John. Thank you, Montante. Thanks for joining. Thanks to all the callers for ringing up. Love hearing from you, even though I give you shit.
It's Late Night with Mad Manners. I'm your host. Hello, everybody. Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Menace till midnight. I will be taking your calls. I am also still alive. I haven't been fucked to death by koalas. So stick it up your ass, Steve. It's really good to see someone while we're all on lockdown. That's it. It's always sort of been there, the women's game, but it's just been ignored. So they're fucking scared. I mean, look at Steve Robinson. Since he talked about his parents in the first episode, he basically lied. Since then,